Next. Hey, okay, so my real world accuracy for this game will not be quite as good as it might be for other games potentially. I'm going to be winging a lot of this, so fair warning. You guys have been given 3 weeks of training. The training has given you a basic competency in emergency response stuff, which basically equates to emergency response related activities that are not something to complete under pressure, are things that you can assist or help with or perform. So you can use some basic equipment, you can move about and deal with various emergency services and circumstances without getting in the way and causing a bunch of problems and things of that nature. Basically, it means that you can use basic equipment whether or not you've got the skills for it when you're not under pressure. And you can, of course, I will volunteer, or you can request of me, like, hey, what's the most sensible thing that would be done in this situation? And I'll fill in the blanks with either real world knowledge or more improvisation because it's a game. And but it does not mean that you will be able to do those things when under pressure. When you're under pressure, you will be back to relying on your own skills. Now, normally the Neptune Foundation training is 6 weeks. Your training has been cut in half because there was a dual disaster in Taiwan. There was horrific thunderstorms coming off of the coast that have caused flooding all over the entire island. And then in the midst of dealing with this, literally in the middle of a just torrential downpour thunderstorm that was just drenching the island, there was a 6.1 earthquake on February 4th.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's a big
one. So you are being dispensed to help in any way that you can. You are not going to be alone. Neptune is sending like a good 40 people of various types of professions and know-how to help with just whatever things could be helped. Your main contact, or supervisor for lack of a better term, Mr. Brad Donaldson, who recruited you after the playoffs game event, has given you a certain amount of briefing in the different areas and what happened and what's going on, and he's telling you that to the south in I'll start with the north because that's the name I remember better. Taipei, to the north, is a more urban area, bigger city, and it was more thoroughly hit by the flooding because it's near a higher elevation area. But because it's a bigger city, it's been better. There's been more engineering that's been put into the various buildings and stuff to make them earthquake resistant because they have that kind of thing in this area. Whereas Tiannan City to the south had less problem with the flooding because it's more of a flatter area and they have elevation further away, but they didn't have the infrastructure and engineering to make their buildings as durable to earthquakes, so they've got more rubble, they've got more of the that kind of thing going on, and you guys can choose if you want to go to the city and deal with the flooding, or if you want, or go to the city to the north of the flood and go to the flooding, or if you want to go to the more spread out area to the south and deal with earthquake relief. You are told that one of the problems that they're having beyond the basic physical damage and things of that nature is that there's been rioting and pirating
In both places? Or
throughout the whole island. Both of these locations are coastal locations.
You got something?
I said, I think no.
Thoughts, anyone?
My skills would be better used in the south because I can pick up heavy stuff, move things.
Well, that'll be needed in the flooding areas as well.
I'm sure it will too.
Do we have boats handy or any gear provided by the...
Yeah, they're bringing in
So we got access to probably boats.
You're coming
and
in via
helicopters?
chopper. Oh yeah, they got choppers and stuff.
So transportation in either spot would be all right.
Yeah, the choppers can't stay around because they need to fly back to the mainland to bring supplies because things like food is messed up, water's messed up. They'll bring you in there. They're gonna bring supplies. Drop you off, and they can come back, but they need to be going back and forth in order to bring supplies back. A lot of the navigation systems are just completely messed up, so planes are not having a good time in this area.
It wouldn't.
Yeah. Bad landing areas, A. B. Spotty electricity, so they can't get, ground control. Whereas the helicopters can just flip wherever they want.
Stop when they need to.
And stop when
Where
they
need to.
Yeah.
Well, we've all got skills that are useful in different areas.
This is another one of those player preference things.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you like to deal with, players?
Yeah.
I'm done.
Anybody have a preference?
I already said mine.
It's basically water or no water is what it equates to.
Yeah.
No water or rubble? Which
Water or no water.
I feel like we could take advantage of your capabilities in the water more than the other. If there's limited air, which means we could do less efficiency with vehicles in the earthquake zone. But if we have a boat, you can run a boat. You might need a bigger boat.
Oh, I'm okay either way.
Yeah, I was saying.
I'll go for rubble.
Rubble, I feel like you guys can make devices to clear rubble on the fly between.
To be clear,
We've also got like bulldozers and tractors. And
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah. Are we splitting up?
No,
No, we're not splitting up.
I hadn't tried to imply that you would
Yeah.
split up. You might split up within the area you choose, but not like
Which one are we
going to
doing?
different cities.
I feel like we stay together, but we have two different jobs.
There'll be lots of different jobs.
Right. Fair enough. That's true.
I think the flooding's an interesting.
I think north. The flooding.
To the
I think-
flooding?
I think flooding's an interesting set of challenges to get around.
Yeah.
Okay.
To play.
So we'll go north. Plus, I've heard of Taipei. I didn't even catch the other one's name.
I forgot it too.
There you go. Then
going
we're
to
going to
Taipei.
Taipei.
To the north.
Enzo, what
It's
do you do?
Kaohsiung City and Tiannan City are the southern areas. Taipei is the northern city. It's a big city.
What do you
Go
do?
with
Enzo?
Taipei.
Enzo gets
Okay.
places that he probably shouldn't, and
So you can move. You're mobile.
yeah, very mobile and inspires onlookers with confidence and positivity.
What do you do? You invent things?
I make stuff and hack things. Technology mainly.
He's the IT.
Tech guy. IT guy. At RI.
You beat things to hold. What else do you do?
So they got here Cardinal Tien Hospital.
CPA.
Her specialty is aggressive business practices.
There you go. Yeah.
It's on the southern side of the city, a little bit.
What do? You make things as well.
Closer up into the mountains. It's probably got some significant flooding as well, but a lot of the water's probably washed out further down into the city down the river. So you get dropped off on the roof of this hospital where they've got their helipad.
I'm wanting a boat.
So the other helicopter has your boat,
Yeah.
and it's coming by and dropping off.
Because I've assuming I have my newly created rig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm setting that boat up for some search and rescue.
Okay. Is there boats in this book?
Sure.
Sure, yeah.
What kind of boats they
And
got?
hovercrafts.
Yeah, they know hovercraft.
I'm just saying. No, like not like crazy super science hovercraft. It doesn't have to be crazy super science
But hovercraft.
Yeah, yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's kind of
No, that's it right there.
120.
So,
Driver and
one of
clone.
them is watercraft. It's just
Connor is the.
it either takes wheeled watercraft hover or air.
Oh, okay.
Right. And air costs one, but everything else is free basically. So
That's
you could just slap water on a lot of those.
Yeah, yeah, which is
129.
It's a jet ski. It's a
Speedboats.
the sedan's a speedboat because wheeled and watercraft can be replaced.
Why don't we have one of those
So do you
military
want-
boats with like the
So do you want? Okay, so you get a choice
like,
here.
round
Do you
ones
want
and
the super zippy 1 or 2 man boat? Do you want the it'll hold everybody, but it's cheap and relatively fast boat, or do you want it's big and sluggish boat?
I think number 2.
Okay.
Somehow inexplicably I make it faster. There's that.
Well, you're going to have to type and start doing your crafting stuff if you want to make it faster.
Well, no, that's one of the tags that the rig adds.
Oh, he rigs it. He's
Well,
Well, you're going to rig it, yeah. So that'll increase its maneuverability.
Yeah. It gives it more tags.
So basically, you have a sedan with extra space to carry people and some stuff.
Perfect.
You're not going to be carrying a lot of heavy equipment. You can't move like a small tractor. You're not going to be moving, like 10 generators. But a bunch of people, some food, some water, no problem.
Okay.
When you guys, so they drop the boat, next to the building in the water, and there's a Neptune flunky who's there to like tie it up and make sure it doesn't go anywhere and keep it for you. And somebody speaks Chinese. Who is it?
Me.
You speak Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay, makes perfect sense. That's exactly what. You want to speak Chinese too?
No, that's fine.
I think
Do I speak Chinese
I think
too?
it makes sense because business in China, go
Hell
hand
yeah.
in hand, especially underworld business.
Well, how'd you?
It makes sense for both of them.
Yeah, I just want to
Tell us.
hear.
Tell us about it.
Where'd you learn it?
People in games and
People in games.
That's so
You got a
good.
roommate.
I had a
You don't need
roommate.
anything
I had a roommate.
Obsessed
I had a
with
roommate.
Sin City. Oh, that's a different game.
Yeah, that's a different game.
I have a
Stop that.
high-end client in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Oh, Hong Kong clients. I like it. Sweet.
Y'all.
It just happened to be the triad.
Hey, I said this is. I didn't say what kind of clients.
don't
I said
say that
I
out
had
loud.
clients in Hong Kong.
Client's a client, dude. And you shouldn't pry on that kind of thing. That ain't right.
Her clients like Fight Club. You don't talk about it.
As far as you guys know, you have no idea that I'm in Fight
And what was it
Club.
that he did?
That was it.
I know.
We might have some suspicions.
Well, yeah, I have some suspicions, but
I have video of people jumping out away from you, not being thrown out. No, jumping out of a moving or a moving blimp.
So we need to. You got some of them there drones.
Oh, yeah?
Why don't you see if we could find any of these troubleshoot some of these problems that we got in this area with
So as
pirates or riots.
you're getting you're talking about this and you're getting your gear out of the helicopter and whatnot, you can there's a government delegate who's coming up, and he's got like a few guys with him, and they've got the like those blue and white helmets, and he's got the vest.
The UN helmets.
Yeah, the UN style helmets that they all have, and he's got the yellow vest with the Chinese characters that say, government in English above them. And he comes walking up, and you can hear, "Ni hao, ni hao, ni hao," which you're gathering is, him trying to yell over the props hello. And he beckons you inside. He introduces himself as Mr. Shum, and he's going to be your government liaison. He speaks English, so you'll be able to communicate with him. And he brings you in and gives you like a general briefing of all the different things they're doing. They are dealing with, as you know, they're dealing with like pirates and looting. People are going around like breaking into people's houses, breaking into, like businesses and stuff, trying to get, water and supplies and things like that. There's a supply, there's several supply dispensaries around the city, but they're kind of like overloaded with, people, and they're running out of stuff so fast. Like as you're talking to him, your helicopter is going off and heading off back to mainland to get more supplies. They pulled off supplies that came, like the extra nooks and crannies in y'all's helicopter was filled up with extra, just like water bottles that people grab and then start taking them off. They also have like the city sewage system has a big pump station that they're using to. They're trying to allow as much water as possible to flow into all the drains and then pump it back out to sea. So they're going around and cleaning all the drains, but this is a difficult process because a lot of those drains are underwater, which means they have to get frogmen to go under the water to pull this stuff out of there and wrap, cables around tree trunks to pull them out of the drains and all kinds of stuff like that. There's also just basic like rescue, like helping people out, who are hurt. There's also just general policing, like keeping the peace and things of that nature. And let's see, what else would they be doing? That's probably about it. Oh, no, yeah, chemical cleanup. There's several chemical cleanup crews because when that water starts getting into like gasoline and alcohol chemicals and stuff, it gets into the water and it gets everywhere. So they're trying to get their chemical cleanup crews and try to get that water pumped out first, or at least things put into the water that will neutralize the chemicals and make them less terrible. And so you guys are pretty much invited to help with whatever you can. They're like, help us with whatever you can help us with.
Well, can I bring my own helicopter?
I think give me a culture and a manipulation roll.
Okay.
Is that a thing? Cunning?
Yeah.
Or no, manipulation.
Manipulation, sir.
To see, because you're trying to get a personal aircraft
Right, through
into
the system.
communist airspace.
Yeah. I'm going to take my pilot skill, or my pilot specialty helicopter. Mm-hmm. Add that in there. Yeah.
This is basically not only getting it in there, but convincing them to not put a pilot in it and send it back to the mainland for supplies.
Right, yeah, fair enough.
Because they want to do that bad.
Yeah. 2.
I think 2 is what you needed.
Alright.
How did you con them?
Well, it wasn't about conning them, no.
Well, how did you do it?
Conning them at all. So they're like showing us all the issues that are happening, right? And I'm like, no, look, right? So you've got stuff under the ground, you've got stuff underwater, you need help pulling that out. I can do that with a helicopter. You've got people stuck trying to get away from the water, we can get them off the rooftops, right? Just like showing them like, no, we need to use this here. We need to use this fast.
What kind of helicopter you got?
So this is kind of like it's a small cargo helicopter. It's been converted into what Enzo definitely calls the pleasure copter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's pretty quick relative to helicopters.
Yeah, maybe you take advantage of it looking kind of nice to be like, no, it can't do work. It can't carry a lot of stuff.
Right,
It lifts people up
It's like a
off
Kiowa
roofs.
warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little fast.
Okay.
ones.
The reality is, it could have done that, but we can do this too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It has space.
There's a little bit of
Visit
ruffled
people.
feathers, but you make it.
Yeah.
Were there 3 or 4 problems? I counted 3. I might have missed one.
3 or 4 what?
The drains, the piece, the cleanup.
Mr. Shun volunteers also that he would be happy to give you a quick tour of the pumping facilities so that you can see what they're dealing with, if you want.
I would take him up on that offer.
Rescue.
Okay.
Pirating and raiding and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Keeping the peace. I put that all in one umbrella. I think that's what I'm suited for. Just help them keep the peace. You guys make sure my HUD system kind of tracks for
I'd probably help
anomalies.
with cleanup.
One of y'all tech people here look for anomalies with your drones or something. I don't know. Help me highlight anything that looks abnormal.
With the
Anybody
drones, or
weapons.
like, you can keep the eye in the sky with me as I go do my own thing.
We can have multiple eyes
Both
in
of
the
these
sky.
things are
We
great.
can have many eyes everywhere.
We have this tech system set up here. I got the glasses I always wear.
I'm just saying, I got the mobile command center.
That's true. You can put me anywhere I need to go. I'll stay with him.
I'm going to help him fix the pump.
Yeah.
The chemical cleanup,
Yeah, help
All the
with
water.
cleanup.
but we also need the drains clean. Can you guys
Once
split
the
up?
water is...
That's what he's talking
Oh,
about.
we're mixing
because
up.
We'll make
Mr. Shun has offered to take whoever wants to go to the main pumping facility, the sewage facility, to see what they're dealing with and how they're having to open up all
Yeah.
these drains and stuff.
Oh, the drains
'Cause he
is the
thinks it
same
might
thing
be
as the
useful.
chemical cleanup?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. There's also a chemical cleanup. All the chemicals.
You guys don't have to do all of these things.
Yeah.
That's true. But
These are just the different things that you can do.
you two are both beautiful minds.
Yes, that's why I'm fixing the pump.
That's why I started doing cleanup.
We got to
Chemical
drain this
cleanup.
bathtub.
Yes.
Okay, because you made it sound the same initially. All right.
No.
So he's going for the
He's
chemical
talking about
cleanup.
pumping water. I'm talking about chemical cleanup.
Beautiful.
Right.
I liked your little gun thing before, so I think you got some potential.
So Mr. Shun is ready. You know, he'll be ready pretty soon to take whoever. He's got his own boat with his own dudes. Also, I think that you guys all have like an emergency pack. An emergency pack will have a two-way radio that is not your sat phone. It will have a survival kit that has whatever Alan says is in the survival kit. And then you will have... Can I borrow one? No,
Yeah, sure.
no, let me get my own. I don't need a minute.
Is it still raining?
Yes. It's just not torrential downpour raining.
You should ride with me. Because I can keep an eye on the sky while we do basic search and rescue.
Wait,
Things should happen that we should
Two-way,
have to
you said
go
two-way
and
radio.
keep some peace. We can do that too.
I'm about to decide.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
Are you-
okay.
I can come in. If you need to get somewhere faster, further,
It's
I can
going to
pick you up
have
later.
3 extra items in it. Those 3 items are specialty items that you've chosen out of a bunch of stuff that you do not have to decide what they are until you need them.
3 goodies.
3 things.
That's the survival kit.
That's this. Well, no, the survival kit has whatever I say is in it.
Yeah.
Because I can do that in my sleep. But the extra items, you'll have 3 extra items that are just like extra stuff that you can just be like, we're in this situation, we need this. And you're like, I have it, I brought it in my kit. But they're things that you chose, but you don't have to decide what they are until you need them. Or want them, or whatever, I don't care.
Are you guys doing the same thing, but in different? You got a helicopter. You got your own way of transportation. of
He's got the
boats?
boat.
Boat, man.
He's got the boat. I got the helicopter.
I'm good with whatever. You point. I'll
What do you
shoot.
plan on focusing first?
Okay.
Because
Yes.
we got riots, we got pirating. I think the pirates are better for me because I can't put rubber bullets in people as easy as I can put metal bullets in people. Pirates don't. What are the rules on pirating? Here?
No, the rules of engagement are that you're not to force your way into a private domicile or building without good cause, and that you're not to fire unless fired upon.
All right,
Yeah, these are still people. They're just desperate people.
I can handle that.
They're not evil people,
Right.
Well, pirating is generally pretty evil.
but they're
Yeah, but when
desperate
you've
in
lost all
a
your
crisis.
There's also looting and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's
Again.
the mentality I see.
They're desperate people trying to make a life after this is all said and done.
When they were already desperate to start with.
Some of them were.
Fair enough, but preying upon your fellow desperate man, I ain't got no sympathy for that. Checking my gear.
All right. Okay.
What about
So Harley, what are
do
you
you wanna
going to
go?
do?
I'm running search and rescue.
Go find the people?
Got
Seems
space.
reasonable. Where do we want to send them?
Mr. Shun probably has a map where he's like, we've gotten to these areas and these areas, but not this area.
We're going to that area.
Yeah. I didn't study the city that thoroughly.
We'll go there.
So that's where you're taking your boat. Where are you going?
I'm going with him.
With him?
Okay.
Just in case.
So then,
I feel like his mode of transportation is easier though,
Asher, how do you feel about swimming?
and height is better for vantage
I
points.
would say that
I'm
I'm
with you.
fine with it because I'm pretty athletic. I would say I can swim.
Perhaps we can get some gear extra and we can get down and try to help with those drains.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Fuck. You
Absolutely.
two. I'll help you.
Yeah, because I have mighty lifter in athletics. Yeah.
You lift heavy things.
Okay. Are you gonna go with them, or are you gonna just get in a boat with Mr. Shun?
I was gonna get in a boat with Mr. Shun.
Okay.
So, ask Mr. Shun, where exactly is the main effort for chemical cleanup and like filtration happening?
Well, we can't quite get to filtration at this time. There's too much exposure. What we're working with is neutralization. So we're trying to do our best to figure out what type of different chemicals are in the water in different areas, and then to find compounds that will neutralize them.
I could probably make something to detect what is in the waters.
We have chemical, detecting methods, but they just take time, and we have to go and gather the samples.
I might be able to modify them and make them better. And
That would be wonderful.
And do elsewhere.
Okay. So you're gonna stay behind and do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just do that roll first then. I think that's
I didn't get my dice.
a level 1
I have dice. Borrow dice.
Okay.
device that you're trying to do with a couple turns milestone.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take. You're just adding an enhancement, I think, right? To
Yeah.
make them just a little quicker.
Probably.
So you're adding one enhancement to them. It'll take, a little while to do several of them. So do you got science or something?
I have science and technology.
I think you can roll. I'll tell you what. Roll science and intellect first.
So the dots are
Dots or dice.
2 dice for science then, right?
And your intellect
Intellect.
or intelligence or whatever it says. Isn't that what it says?
Intellect.
Intellect.
Oh, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5.
If you have one empty dot, that's 5.
4, 5.
trying to hit 8s.
Wow, none of them.
Okay. So now you can roll your. So that was you trying to put together like what you were doing and what's. Oh, you got something. What's up?
Had 2 more dice.
From what?
I didn't add the science ones. Sorry, that's my fault. And still not.
So you're gonna. So it's taken you longer than you expected to be all to like go through and figure out like what all chemicals these things
Like how
like
they're
you have
doing it.
like they have chemical detecting methods, but they're kind of simple and primitive.
They're different.
So and you have to go through and you have to figure out like what are they trying to detect. Like,
Yeah.
what are all the chemicals they're trying to detect?
Yeah, what's
And
their
it-
spectrum?
And it takes you longer. Yeah, spectrum. That's a great word.
Yeah.
It takes you a lot longer than you expect. So
Alright.
you're going to have a +1 hindrance or complication on your technology roll,
Okay.
just with the bad information about what all like you think you got them all, and then there's another one. I think you got them all, and then there's another one.
I'm having to rediscover how they did.
Right,
How
so-
they have their setup.
You're going to roll your intellect and your technology, and you're going to need 1 success to overcome that complication. Otherwise, your chemical sensors are going to be flawed.
All right.
And they're not going to be able to detect all
You need more
chemicals.
dice than that.
I do.
Yeah, your intellect and your technology.
Your intellect and your
Oh, I
technology.
need 1 more then.
So you're
Yeah.
going to need, yeah. So you're going to need, if you don't overcome the complication, which is 1 success, then your chemical sensors are going to be flawed and they're not going to detect all of the chemicals. Okay. Then, whether or not you overcome that complication, you will make a number of devices equal to the successes that you roll.
Okay. One.
Okay. So you can choose to either make one and have it be flawed, or you can choose to take longer and try again.
I'll take
Spend
longer.
willpower, reroll.
Do I get momentum for failing stuff?
Hell yeah, you do. Did you use a specialty?
I don't think I did.
Okay. Then absolutely, the group gets 1 momentum.
I could have done advanced
We
engineering.
started at 6, right? So
Yes.
So how many?
1.
So that's the boxes you had us put down on the bottom. Now
Oh wait, no, you rolled twice and failed, right?
I only made the second one.
I made this one.
Oh, you made this one. That's right.
1.
Yeah. The first one
So
you
we
failed.
should be at 7 then?
7.
Okay.
Does everybody remember what momentum does?
You can spend it on like specialties and such.
Yes, it's also free dice.
Free dice.
But
But
we
it's
use it as a
everyone. It's a
group.
shared
Yes, you
pool.
use it as a group.
Yes,
So
shared.
don't be a jerk.
Yeah. I'm gonna use all 7.
Well, you can if it's awesome and everybody's into it.
I know, but I've never.
But if not everyone agrees,
Yeah.
it's a
You
collective.
only
So
get
you're-
to use all 7 if you're mega doom punching the end bag.
So you spend, you know, like we're getting into hours of time on your end of things now.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else has got things they're doing?
I do. Sure, why not?
Okay.
I just want to speak up to move it along. I think, yeah, because I've got this amazing, look, Ma, no hands. So I can do other things while I'm piloting. So yeah, I'm totally cruising around in this boat doing search and rescue while also piloting drones up in the sky, keeping an eye out for trouble.
And I'm
And
sorry.
also, to aid in search and rescue, my nifty, newly created proprioception rig, among the many things it does, it gives me keen hearing and direction sense. So that should aid in our search and rescue efforts.
Awesome. I think you probably rescue somebody within half an hour. What happens? You got so much stuff. I don't think it's any challenge. So you can just tell me what happens.
I think we find like some people trapped in a convenience store.
Oh, nice.
They're trapped in a convenience store and like the
on the gas station roof.
huh
On the gas station roof.
on the roof of the gas station. Yeah,
There's a flood. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the water has damaged the building and it's starting to collapse underneath them.
Oh.
Because it's just a convenience store. It's
Yeah.
not made for earthquake proofness.
No.
And we managed to get there just in time. It was super dramatic.
Nice.
And while he's doing that, I'm scanning through the feeds on his drones and kind of like nudging them in different directions and stuff like that.
Oh, you don't even have to do that.
As I look at.
I think it probably annoys you that I'm like driving this boat and piloting drones in the sky.
Oh, okay.
Both at the same time. You're like, no, you have to pick one. I'm like, why?
No, not like that. I would just say, because I have something called Know Your Quarry, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like
look
using
through-
my instincts, my survival instincts, and knowing how the negative types work to kind of guide you. And
What
say,
does that give you mechanically?
Basically, oh man, I just had it open too.
You aren't using it.
No, you're
Yeah, I
not
know.
recording.
I switched to a different page. Basically, I know my enemy. Hold on a second.
You didn't write your page number down?
Yeah, it's right in the Know Your Quarry. Sorry. So basically, you choose a species of creature. Human is acceptable. It would always be humans for me. Spend an action observing while taking no other actions. The character can tell if a member of that species, besides himself, is still in his current field or has been in the past hour. This will not tell him if any specific individual is passed, merely if a creature of that type is either still present or was present. I'm looking for pirates or like anybody who's basically looting. So, kind of like thinking of spots in my
we
head,
would have to decide what your quote-unquote area is.
which is where we are or where the drones are. That's what I was thinking.
Well, I'm asking, like how far afield are you sending these drones?
I mean, well, they can't go that terribly far. And what's the range on the
Receivers and transmitters.
Yeah, they like kind of like rotate around.
Yeah,
this
they're
maybe.
probably not much more than.
within a block. Maybe
Yeah, within a block.
2 tops. Absolutely 2 tops.
You don't see anything particularly skeezy
Cool.
during that time.
Sleaze body.
That's it. I'm good to go.
All right, helicopter boy.
That gives me time to study the next thing.
So we're flying over to
Is there another book?
an area where obviously all these like drainage ditches are kind of blocked up, right? Mm-hmm. In fact, we need to go to the place where
They're all over the place.
We need to go to the place where they're shooting people up. We need to get suited up for that.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Oh yeah, yeah. What kind of like is it? Just like some kind
It's
of
probably like
crazy?
I imagine it being like a civic center,
Yeah.
right?
Get our scuba gear.
And that's where they get all the scuba dudes. So you're gonna go get scubaed up?
Yeah, we're gonna get scuba up.
Okay, so you go over and you talk with them and get a reasonable
Yeah.
amount of scuba gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Load up on the helicopter. We're ready to go if we need to.
Done. Easy.
What else?
That probably takes a good amount of time.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is the kind of thing that you have completely minimal training in. Mm-hmm. Completely minimal training.
Not a thing I've done.
Sure.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like one time I jumped out of a plane so high I needed a gas mask. I needed an oxygen mask to do that. That's about all I know.
And Mr. Shun has got you in his boat,
Yes.
and he's taking you over to the
Pumping station.
to the big pumping station that's a part of the sewage system. It's just on the edge of downtown near the river. And my music died. And he takes you over that way, and he's telling you about like, okay, so like we have like intakes and outtakes over here and over here, and we're keeping all of this open in this way. We've got people going through the sewer tunnels in scuba gear underneath and pulling things out from this side, and we're piling things up over here and moving over this way. And you can see there's a little bit of damage to the piping system over here because of the earthquake where it hit in the moorings, and then boom! This thing blows sky high. Pieces of metal flying everywhere. Giant fireball that's way too much gasoline from the props department. Not exactly nearly as much kinetic force on screen as you should be seeing. Way more fire. Fire.
Well, fire
Michael
sounds
Bay fire. It's terrible. What do you do? 5, 4,
That's a problem.
3, 2, 1.
Fire. Fire.
Extinguisher.
Yeah. Well, not extinguisher. Fire services. Firemen like.
Go
Come
help.
over.
Go. You're gonna try to
rush
summon
them over.
help.
Yes.
Okay. Give me rolls with dice. Call it.
Well, wait. I actually have. Oh, I have no allies with me. Unless,
leadership.
wait, Mr. Show.
Mr. Shun is an ally.
The other people there would be allies as well.
Command. Yes, command and presence.
I have fast planning.
Ooh, what does that do?
What does that do?
That.
Gotta be a picture.
Would you like a book?
I have.
He
it.
took pictures of the book.
So
He has exactly what he needs. He just finds picture.
when the unexpected happens, the character has a knack for responding quickly and decisively and getting his allies to go along with him. The character can activate this skill trick to give a brief order, such as lose them in a festival crowd, or cover me while I move to flank them. And rotation. The first action taken by an ally of the character that follows this order has the target number for the roll reduced by 1. So I don't have any other
It
players.
sort of
with
just
me.
makes it easier for them now.
Yeah,
But it makes it easier for them to respond.
correct.
So I still want you to make a command and a presence roll, but you're going to give them a super bonus if you're successful.
Man,
Sound fair?
sure. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna do these two.
Do you want to spend momentum to get some extra dice there instead of
Sure. Can I use one? Yes.
One?
Use 2.
Yeah,
Use
probably
2?
2. If you're only rolling
Okay.
2 dice, take 3.
Okay.
I mean, take 4 total.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Four, 9, 6, 3.
9, you win.
Got one.
You get on that 2-wave radio and you start like barking out the
Oh, not on the radio. My megaphone that I still have.
on your
My super
megaphone.
loud megaphone.
Well, you need the radio too.
Yeah.
But between the two of them, and like you piece together the few Chinese words that you've got, like emergency and fire, emergency fire, pump station, emergency fire, and you can hear like sirens and stuff out in the distance. You guys can all hear this boom. You see the fire off to the north, and not just a few seconds after that, you start hearing sirens, air raids, all that jazz.
Wow, that's almost as big as the one at the stadium. Oh my god.
I know, and now I have all the scuba gear on.
Don't.
What just blew up?
Yes.
Everything's in
It's
the
an
control
action movie,
guard.
so that means you have the wetsuit on,
Yeah.
Yeah, wait,
Well,
what?
yeah.
and you look amazing.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Don't mind the giant fireball. Everything's fine.
You let us know if you need anything, okay?
Will do.
Ooh, that means it's probably
Amidst
gonna be
all of this,
upsurge of
you
people looking
can
to take advantage
easily
of the
hear a super high rev motor. Something's just and you can see the wake of something taking off.
Oh. Jeff, what's your number? What's your character name?
Yes.
10 and 15 are together.
15. We have a runner.
Give me your location, please.
Pump station.
Yeah. The explosion.
The explosion.
Someone's escaping my boat. Wait, I think they
the
said-
boat? Which direction?
I don't.
Away from the island.
North.
Got a drone that can go high enough to spot him?
Okay.
Yeah, what you think?
We're dude. Okay, so we're in a big old fat chase scene right now.
Yeah, it just happened.
That's what's going on.
That's what happened.
We're gonna do this kind of like the old school D&D 4 skill challenges, right? And we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. We'll call it 12. All right. You need to hit 12 successful turns as the players before they do. However, they're ahead by 3.
Oh heck.
Okay, because they are they're ahead of you. You can take any kind of action on the player's turn that makes sense for doing stuff, and things you can do can get you further ahead or slow them down, basically. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So the way it'll work is the players will take a turn, and then one of them will take a turn, and the players will take a turn, and one of them will take a turn, and your goal is to get to 12 successes before they do, and you can take actions both to get more successful rolls and to kill their successes. And they're ahead of you by 3.
All right.
Do we want to initiate?
Yeah.
I don't think we do. Because I think we're just going to flip-flop. You guys, my guys, you guys, my guys. So that means you're all deciding anyways. I think the players are going first. So whichever of y'all wants to go first can
Have
go
it.
first.
I have it. I know what I'm doing.
All right, what are you doing?
So first of all, I need on-the-fly translator from Global Frequency.
I could do that.
No, he wants it from
Well-
global frequency.
Maybe not. If you can do it,
Well,
do you have
if
a camera
if
right
you're doing
now?
that, you're going to have a hindrance in anything you're doing for the rest of the group or for the rest of this chase.
Up to you.
That's probably more worth it than what I'm doing right now.
Well,
No.
no. Well, not what you're doing right now, but you can do other stuff. Remember in the last game how you were helping by just like being on the phone?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can do a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? So, but you're going to be having a hindrance if you're having to translate a bunch of Chinese at the same time. Or he can use one of his contacts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's what we're talking about. So let's do that.
So he wants to use one of his contacts in the global frequency.
All right.
Let me find them.
Shout it out. Oops. I was excited.
You know what though? I have freaking Asher with me. She has the language too, man. Sorry to have done all that, but Asher's
What?
with me.
Who's Asher?
Me.
Yeah, but she runs into the same problem though. She's going to be translating. I got your damn contact already.
Let's do it.
So you blub 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 dial up. Your contact is Ming Tzu. Mm-hmm. Ming Tzu is a physicist and a scientist on the Galatea space station.
Oh, of course.
Perfect. That's exactly what I need.
She comes on the vid and like her hair's floating in the air. She's like, "Ni hao."
Hello. Can you get in front of the cupola?
Cupola?
The window out to like the earth.
Oh, we have to do a maneuver.
That's fine.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
4 minutes, Turkish.
2 minutes, seconds. You said it was 2 minutes, 5 minutes ago. 3 minutes, seconds.
And then I think we see Enzo like doing a little bit of like self pumping up, like I'm like talking through like what he's gonna say.
Okay. So what are you trying to get her to do?
So what's going to ultimately happen is that I'm going to do a general broadcast to the people in the area, right? Anyone who has working boats or things like that, I want them to get in the way of this like escaping group of people, right? Whoever this is, I need like people to get in their
You
way.
want dudes in sand pans to like mess
Exactly,
their day up.
right. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And like, so I need someone to talk to me. I need them to be amazingly inspiring by showing the earth in the background. Like, we're all together on this, man.
Also, just Big Sue could just like get on the radio and
And that too. Yeah. Right. They should know. Yeah.
hijack the radio frequencies because they've got big ol' antennas and stuff.
Totally.
Yeah, she makes some maneuvers. We'll call it a command and presence roll.
Cool. Let me just.
And I think you have one complication because you are trying to like bounce this message out to space and back. But you know what? Cell phones do it all the time, so it's not that big a deal.
That's not a big of a deal. It's just on the fly.
So
that's the issue.
so essentially that's gonna like if you can't overcome the one complication, then there'll be mixed messages, and they could give you penalties in future actions.
Sure. Fair enough. I don't think.
And what do you think difficulty on something like that is? 2?
Yeah.
2 and a complication is what it will come out to.
Let me pull a quick skill trick here and see what that does.
What does it do?
Alright. So, sometimes you must understand when to cajole and when to yell orders. This character understands how to motivate people and use this to her advantage in a variety of situations. Before making your persuasion roll to convince friendly or neutral target, the player may spend 1 momentum.
You're not doing a persuasion roll.
You're right, I'm not doing a command roll. Alright, cool.
Can we expend those range?
Well, in the right circumstances.
I don't think I have anything else that really fits. So, yeah.
So I think you're trying to reap a success
Yes.
off of them.
Yes.
Go for it.
Alright, cool.
Why that need to be expendable for them?
Just saying. You can drop them too, but that's true. That's more.
Damn, how dare you? Only got
My
the
brain
one
says-
success.
This is the space right here.
It didn't
Yeah.
work though. It didn't work. I
You failed?
I only got one success. Do I have anything that gives me enhancements?
I don't think you do. You know what though? The sat phone.
Sure. How about my contact? Aside from giving me that, does my contact give me enhancements at all? In my whole get the background, get the motivational, get the inspiring thing happening.
Can we aid his role at all?
I don't know how you could aid his roll because you don't really know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I think an enhancement from Ming-Su in space is reasonable.
So 2. Sat phone.
I just whispered.
Because I have an awesome camera on it, which is what I'm using.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that's my 3, my 1 problem,
Yes.
and my 2 to succeed.
And your 2 to succeed. Okay. So you've killed one of their successes. As you start sending the message out and people start driving their crap boats and sampans and their and canoeing out into the river where it meets the ocean and just getting in the way.
I'm just imagining some Chinese dude in this junk with the big rice hat.
Yeah.
Poling the thing along.
Yeah.
Because there's not really enough wind to sail.
Yeah. He's pulling along and he's screaming at him with an old school Walkman on.
Yeah. He's waving a harpoon at you.
And I'm just straight up the message of the speech is so there's a man who is a criminal. He has destroyed your pump station, but you, anybody who can hear this, you can help. You can do what we need to get this man. Just get out there and get in the way of him. Don't let him buy you.
They're shaking tire irons like they're gaffy sticks.
And I tell Enzo, I'm like, are you done with the rest of them? Because we could fly out there and I can jump out and get on the boat.
I'm trying to catch him, but I think they're already on the way and we need to move on with
Yeah,
what
but
we're
if they're
doing.
being slowed down, then...
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to get them. Anyways, it's their turn.
Yep.
Did that? You said it canceled one of their successes, so they're at 2 now.
They're at 2 now. Yeah.
I'll keep a track.
So am I.
Oh, okay.
No,
Then I
you're
don't-
welcome to.
Do it. Keep him honest.
Yeah, keep
not
me
that he's
honest.
not that he's gonna lie.
No, well, you may
just
just
might make
keep
a
me honest
mistake.
because I screw up, not because I'm a liar.
That's more likely.
Yeah, I'd screw it up.
That's how I would be.
God, I love these exalted dice.
That's what I tried to tell him. He doesn't like the folding chair either.
So, they start goosing it, and they start like tearing around and bringing this speedboat out to bear in front, and kind of cutting through these people. And the wake and the sound of their engine is also kind of enough that people are like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Have you
So
heard? Have you heard of alcohol engine?
That's their turn, and they're gonna take one.
It's gonna start from 2 search for
You got one more.
They got one more, so
Back
now
up
they're
to
at 3.
three.
Player's turn.
Who's got something?
I think I put the pedal to the metal. Catch up to these guys.
Pedal to the metal.
Straight up.
All right.
So that sounds like piloting
That sounds like piloting.
and dexterity.
Yeah.
I got enhancements up the ass. Tell me the stats on the vehicles. How do those work? Like handling?
Dude, it's a sedan with space.
Okay, but handling and speed, what do those do?
So the handling gives you a bonus enhancement to
enhancements.
doing things.
And speed is just
Speed is going to act if the two vehicles were in a direct, thing with each other. It's a deficiency of speed. So if you have a speed 3 and I have a speed 4, and we both succeed at our roll, you need one more success to keep up with me, in my opinion.
alright. Alright, because I've got added maneuverability because of my rig, plus basic enhancement. So I think I'm going for, because we're still weaving around the streets of the city.
Yes.
Trying to get the hell out of
Yeah,
here.
you're trying to get through the
Catching up to
streets.
them. I'm relying on maneuverability more than speed. So the maneuverability, is that just add dice or is it enhanced?
That's
It's
enhancement.
enhancement.
It's an enhancement.
Almost nothing in this game will add dice.
Alright. I have
Unless
a
it's
total
of
of
a
5
skill.
enhancements then.
Yep. Just don't screw up, which I'm sure you won't.
So you're not going to be able to, I don't think, like the way I'm setting this up, you're not going to be able to get additional successful rolls with your enhancement and your stuff, but you can do all your crazy stunts, which can help your other companions.
Okay. An 8, a 9, a 9. So I have 4 successes plus the 5 enhancements.
Yep.
I think I did that.
Yeah.
Would do.
You have a successful turn. We'll call them successful turns.
Okay.
With lots of enhancement that you can use to stunt cool stuff that will help the other players.
Okay. Well, I think just for flavor, the first thing that happens is like the collapsing roof of this convenience store that we've just left. I've still got like poor Chinese people like in the boat hanging on for dear life. As I like, whoa, and whip around 180 degrees, throwing up a huge splash of wake, and like use the collapsing roof as a ramp to jump, so I can kitty corner across this corner of the block and get there faster.
Oh yeah. You would have to go around, but since it's going down,
Yeah, it's
just a
going
little
down.
bit of extra weight brings it down, and you can just
I
scoot
hit that
over.
lever to raise up the outboard so I don't tear the propeller up, and then hit the water just as it's going back down, and tear down the street and like going through garages and busting through the back wall and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. This is, through a parking garage, weaving around pillars,
Totally dope.
and what else? I think that like with my,
Get held by a.
I'm trying not to do that. First of all, I want to use. Because I've got 9. No, 8 is 1 to succeed, right? I have 8 dice to stun.
Yeah.
I think I want to use some dice so that I can basically use my maneuverability to use to create block their line of sight so that we can avoid detection, so that they don't know we're in pursuit.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's
So-
good. I think that will prevent them from being able to take disabling actions at a distance.
Perfect.
At least on you.
So that takes how many dice?
Yes.
Some.
2.
2 dice.
Do any of your drones have clamps or anything?
We've
or
established
hands?
that because they dropped off satellite phone packages too. So yeah, I think that in the meantime, you're probably rigging up something to drop a surprise on them. So I'm flying a drone down to the deck of the boat. Like it zooms in behind us and just kind of it lands like
Okay.
perfectly on.
So you're facilitating him doing some kind of thing. That's good.
You've got a hand up.
Oh no, I'm counting.
Okay, you're counting. And I think I am probably. I think with the second drone, can I get eyes on him?
Sure.
All right. I'm feeding these guys more detailed descriptions of where they are and where it looks like they're headed.
How much is left?
How much is left? What?
2?
6.
Oh, there's 6. Okay, so you can take we'll say that you can give a floating 3 enhancement bonus that the group can use, and once it's used, it's gone.
Perfect.
One person can use it all. You can spread it out between other people, and it's just your drone seeing what's going on.
Perfect. It looks like they're going this way. Well, you're being fed the image on your little
Whatever we're using.
eyepiece.
Heads up or no?
Yeah. I just have some Oakleys that basically are like Google Glass. It's like a total HUD. Like Halo, you know?
Anybody else got an idea for what would be awesome?
You
that the rest
should
of
drop the people off.
Yeah.
At the same time?
You gotta drop the people off.
Without even slowing down, like whoa, up to like broadside, like basically the boat drifts up next to like
A parking garage?
a parking garage, like where the ramp is going up,
Uh-huh.
and they just kind of gently tumble out, and I wave to them as I speed off.
再见
Give yeah.
谢谢
That's time.
What y'all said?
Like
What shall I say?
Chun-Li. That's all I know.
I know how to say hello, thank you, and goodbye in Chinese, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And I think I'm probably to better set him up for what he's about to do. I'm probably just going to make sure that I'm not like jostling the boat overly because I don't want to be bouncing on wake and crap. So like you're like, how are you going? How is this boat going this smooth, this fast?
It is helping, but I have steady hands. So I
Hey, that's
I can do what I
Okay,
need
so
to do.
I'm not justified in giving you complications based off of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And it wouldn't really.
I'm looking for ways to
this.
spend stunt dice here because I have.
Oh, that's cool.
What was the drop off? 2, 1.
I think drop-offs too. That's a lot. I mean, you have a good number of people, and
So it's just 1.
I'm trying to drop them off and do it slick, do it fast.
I assume it was 3
Without
for the
hurting
plus
It looks
3.
cool.
Yeah, and it looks cool.
It was 3 for the enhancements.
Yeah,
3 for 3.
And a defensive bonus.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
Well, we've
So
already got that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. They can't see us. There.
Yeah.
They can't see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
1.
I don't want to do that.
I don't know. Style points. It all looks awesome.
Okay.
There we go.
Who cares?
I think yeah.
We did our job.
You did plenty of work. Mine.
You know I can drive a boat now.
With your feet.
With your feet.
He's literally like steering with his feet and like messing, tinkering, help me with steadying the drone.
They score 1 when you can see it with your cameras, and everybody's got their little side window here. They just lay a field of fire out in front of their boat. Just bullets for days out in front of their boat and hitting the sandpans, blowing them to crap. People go flying, and they clear the way to make it easier for them to get through.
So we're at 4-1 now?
4-1.
All right, so that's their turn. Over.
That was their turn.
I'm basically setting up explosives, and then at the same time, I'm giving us an advantage by knowing my quarry. I'm basically gonna kind of sense where they're gonna go, so maybe so we can make some turns that are a little advanced, like go this way, and I kind of give them like a heads up.
You might be able to stunt some of that stuff.
So
what's the main thing you're doing though?
Setting up the explosives. I'm setting up a claymore.
You're gonna try and bomb them
on a drone. And he's gonna drop it off. So I'm setting it so like once the one claw lets go, the weight of it drops it down, but it's angled just right so like it shoots down all the pellets down into the boat.
Okay.
So
so you're trying to eat one of their turn victories. Victories.
Yeah.
We'll call them victories.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to slow their.
You're trying to eat one of their victories. Yeah. What you're gonna need to do.
All right.
You guys need to eat their victories big time.
I imagine that's going to be. I got steady hands, so I can do it on the boat without penalties.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you any penalties. What is that? That's like technology, right?
Dex probably and
dexterity,
and probably crap.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Technology, man.
Yeah.
I don't have any technology.
Or a pilot. Because he's got a pilot thing over there.
Well, he's going.
Or survival. I'm used to making traps for people.
No.
To hunt people? No?
No.
Alright.
This is so far outside of survival.
What are you doing?
Isaac, will you please go sit somewhere else?
Here, sit right here, man.
I told you, I cleared that out.
Yep.
Well, then here,
It's probably just
sit.
5.
I know. Well, Isaac, you've complained about everything. I have
8 is a
solutions
success,
for
right?
everything you said.
Huh?
8 is a success?
That's correct.
I had 2
8.
successes.
2 successes.
Yes.
Blam! You bust up their day, man.
I can't ever help you. Let me know
They're
if
at
I
3.
miss anything, Isaac.
What's that? They're 3?
They are
Nice.
at 3.
Do you think I'm able with the other success I could help us?
You had 3 successes total?
2 total. So probably
total.
not.
Probably not. No.
I don't think I have any enhancements.
I
for
think
that either.
rigging up a claymore on a drone and flying it over to a speedboat that is gunning its way through a river delta
And they just
is
have
at least 2 successes of difficulty.
maybe use the direction sense edge to kind of like mix in with the know your quarry for the others. I don't know.
Does that
maybe
give
as
you
an enhancement?
enhancement?
I don't know. I'm gonna look real quick. I don't think it does. I'm sorry. I just want to see if I can eke out a little bit of our own boost. Never suffers penalties to navigate. Also gains a +1 enhancement to any action related to navigating or plotting a course.
Yeah.
So maybe the enhancement just to give us
Sure.
the better one up on them.
Well, what is it? What do you want to do with your enhancement? You get to do a stunt, 1 point stunt.
Stunt is to while I do that, I'm telling him the right ways to go, with like kind of like knowing where they're gonna go based off of like.
So you're giving
him
Harley
like guidance of where I think they're gonna go.
You're giving him +1 enhancement to his next roll.
That works.
Yeah.
That works. So 3 more.
As you're telling him where, like, oh, I had to go around this and then this and then that.
I was hoping to cut off a little of the time and count as a victory too. That's what I was trying.
I've already ruled that you're
Either one or the other.
that you are successful at a roll once per turn. Any enhancement or any extra successes you get is all stunts that you can use to help other people, but
Okay.
it will not garner you more victories. Which means that you are going to have to erode their victories to succeed.
Okay. All right. So
You can't just like gun it as fast as you can because they're ahead of you. They're going to beat you. You have to slow them down. Which you've been doing, so hooray.
All right. So they're up. I guess I'm done.
Yes, they are. Let's see, what are they going to do?
Yeah, like a +12. Next time we're just gonna shoot out there
Oh man, they are rolling good.
if they get close.
They are fast repairing their boat.
Is that a victory or just they're waiting?
That's a victory.
Let's just do that. We're back to 4-1.
All right, it is the player's turn. A new player needs to go. What do you got?
I tell Mr. Shun that we need to go. That he needs to take me to the the water control center. So not just the pumping station, but whatever control center that shows every pipeline in the system and what's.
It's not far from where you are.
Okay. He takes me to.
You're already there.
Okay,
You're pretty much there.
Okay. So we go up to the control room to see the giant map of all the pipes, all the damage, whatever.
Yeah, this room's fucked up.
Is it?
It's operational, but it's messed up.
Okay, as long as it's operational. Okay.
It's semi-operational.
Semi-operational.
Not completely operational.
That's gonna be some toughness
You can
against
do
your
some.
roll.
You can do some stuff.
And what's your number?
10.
Harley
He's
Or
10.
10.
or 10.
So look at them up. Harley! Where are they at?
Right there.
Where's there? I need a street, a building.
Put the thing on your head.
Yeah. Right there. I told you.
I yell at one of the technicians at the control panel. Direct all the water there.
Oh, that's great.
I saw it.
Okay. All right. So I think you're gonna get. I think it's a 2 difficulty because these systems are all messed up. Your main pump just got blown to crap. But you've still got facilities. You've still got systems, and I think you've got a +1 complication as far as location goes.
Mm-hmm.
So. How would that manifest in the story, though? Either you would miss or you wouldn't, so that would be a part of the difficulty. So that's not a complication. So you don't have a complication.
Oh, yeah. So, what am I
You need to roll. We'll call it technology and presence. And don't forget, there is an enhancement bonus that you can take advantage of from. From 10's mapping.
Well,
And there's also if you want to start dipping into the momentum pool.
of course, that enhancement means you still have to get a success.
You still have to get a success to use that enhancement. But if you get 1, you can use some of that enhancement to make yourself successful.
I think I'm good. I got 5 dice.
5 dice is not bad. You don't have good presence, but you
9, 10,
impress
10,
people
10.
with your technical jargon
I got 4 successes.
without
Hold
rerolling.
up.
Without re-rolling.
Yeah.
Reroll your 10.
Oh, we rolled the 10s?
Zeros, yeah.
10s explode. No.
+1.
You got nothing.
No, 6 isn't it?
6 isn't it. You need 8s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you got total how many? 3?
3, yes.
Okay, so you're completely successful, and you're gonna get a bonus. So you get a bonus success that you can use to stunt cool stuff. That's extra stuff that you do that helps other people.
Okay.
What happens? What do you want to do?
Can your stunts add a complication to that?
If it's reasonable.
Because that seems reasonable.
If it's reasonable, yeah.
I think
So where we're directing the water, is right in front of where they're repairing their boat. So basically, they're being washed back towards them.
maybe swamping their boats up too.
Well, I mean, they're gonna get washed towards you guys. I mean, they're gonna get some flooding, some whatever happens.
They got some. Yeah.
So is that what you want to do with your extra success? Is swamp their boat and give them a complication?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to get a complication of the swamp boat on their next roll, and you have just eaten one of their successes. So they're at 3, and you guys are at 1. And it's their turn. And they still want to fix their boat with their dices, but now they have 1 complication of swamp boat, which I think is like, that's not a complication. That's just going to make
They're gonna have to.
their days just
pay it.
harder. They just need more success.
They have to pay it to get what they want.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
You're right. I'm playing the wrong game.
Yeah.
This is the bad side of using the exalted dice.
Yeah.
No! Negatory!
Need that.
Negatory!
Got nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. So they got nothing.
Be able to pay off. So complications, you pay them off. So you don't have to deal with them later, though, too. So.
Right. Well, so complications are like secondary things, right? They're like secondary disadvantage, right? Where it would have made sense if it was something that wasn't directly in their goal, but since it was directly in their goal, I just raised their difficulty.
Yeah. Well,
So instead of their difficulty of 2, it was a difficulty of 3. They didn't meet it. They failed.
I think that's where I mentioned the difference between complication and the actual ability to get the thing done. Is like a complication can be persistent until paid off, right? So
Yes.
like they can pay off they didn't make the roll, but they can pay off the
They
complication.
can pay off
so
the
they don't have to deal with it next
complications.
time.
They don't have to deal with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Because he keeps
Cool.
Yep. So, they bail water out of their boat.
They're just too busy doing that.
It's like,
Yeah, why don't you stop picking yours? Whatever. Figure your own shit out.
Hey,
it is the player's turn.
it is. Hey, what are you doing?
You guys have some. Let's change it to 10 because we're going much more slowly than I thought we would.
Yeah, 1 and 1. We're just,
Remember what you just said?
Yeah, it's just going flip floppy.
yeah, that's where I was like.
Maybe even like 6. Let's call it 6.
So there's a situation going on, and whatever you're doing, you're gonna like divert some attention of yourself to that. This whole like boat chase, right?
We got to get these guys.
So
Dude, listen to this,
you
man.
got some hacks, man.
No, listen to this. Dude, just look at your sheet. Isaac. Dude, just look at your sheet. Turn it over. And just find the biggest dice pool you can find and wing it. Just make stuff up.
Just BS your way.
Just BS your way through it. It's just like we did back in the day when we would do the skill checks. Remember when we would do the skill checks and it was like, use any skill that you can think of to get ahead in this situation. That's all you're doing right now. And you can try to get the group ahead in the situation, or you could mess them up.
I guess I can use intellect or something and like
Intellect and
predict what route they're gonna take to get out of the fastest. From where
Okay. Intellect and what? What's your highest skill?
Enigmas, maybe?
What's your highest skill?
Aim.
Enigmas? Is that your highest skill?
Aim.
Aim? Shoot something at him. For real, shoot something at him.
Nothing up there.
Dude, you're down the way. Get people to shoot stuff at them. Get rockets.
Make a catapult or a freaking ballista and just.
Well, he would have to take time to make that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
but
that's true.
yeah, they got their military's here.
I
forgot about that too.
People
Yeah.
start shooting at them now.
All right,
Let me
Redirect
borrow
artillery
that.
fire.
Yoink.
yoink.
So aim. It's just aim.
Aim and intellect. No, intellect, because he's got to compute an arc. He's got to figure out how to arc fire some kind of artillery weapon over
I
there.
can lightning calculator that.
Oh, this is great.
There you go.
This is better than the idea I had. I had an idea for him that was not nearly as good as this.
You can use the dice roll, okay?
So aim.
And intellect. I'm going to call it a difficulty 3. That's kind of hard. Shoot across the city, hit a boat.
What is
But
lightning calculator do again? Because right here it just. I basically describe what it does. I don't have the actual mechanics.
that's why we were looking at the actual mechanics. What's the page number?
58.
Okay, look at your book. Oh, I love this.
You need this book box? Right here.
Mom's helping. Mom has lots of sympathy.
2 enhancements to any roll that can be directly assisted by mathematical calculation.
So you're gonna get, if you can get 1 success,
You'll add 2.
you'll make it.
Okay.
Is what that means. Because a difficulty 3, if you can get 1 success, you will make it. Good catch. Looking for 8s or higher.
2 successes.
2 successes
So 4.
plus your 2 enhancement, which is 4.
Yeah.
So you need 3 to be successful. And you start lobbing shells out of probably like a tank. They probably got a tank nearby, and you just like get inside of this thing and start loading the damn thing. Boom, 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 and these shells start exploding around these guys. They're like gun the motor this way, then gun the motor this way, and then start going that way, trying to get away from these explosions. And you have 1 success left that you can use to do a cool stunt.
There's a building that's already collapsing. With one of the extra shells, I hit that and make rubble in the way.
Okay, yeah. You give them a complication of like falling debris.
Yeah.
Basically added difficulty, right?
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
Okay, we're at 2 and 1 now. And they're going to try to go. They're going to go vroom vroom with stuff falling on them. They got 1. Nope, they go nowhere. They just start like moving around, trying not to get hit by falling stuff. It's embarrassing.
We thought this was going to be easy. It is not. I think it's just you.
Asher, you got an idea?
I don't have anything unless I'm in the boat.
I know.
You
I
can
gotta get you over there next.
You can also. We're kind of in narrative time, so you can find
were in
ways
the
to
west.
move and be in
No,
different
I know, that's
vehicles.
why I said,
And
fly me over there
So,
I can be
Maybe you were
dropped off.
already in the water.
well, you could have already had him fly you over. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm flying over there, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely have parachutes, and they're sport parachutes.
Oh, I don't need a parachute. I just jump.
You just jump in the
I
water.
just jump in the water.
It's fine.
Especially when you get away while that swimming gear.
Swan dive is a thing in this. There's a mechanic.
There's a mechanic for it. Yeah.
No,
I will have
just-
it eventually.
I cannonball into the water and swim over to the boat.
Just Geronimo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yeah. I think if you can board the boat, you will kill one of their victories.
Okay.
Because that's a huge problem.
As
Yeah.
you hit you do that.
It's a huge problem.
That's a
is a
huge
problem.
problem.
She lands on a dude just.
So, what do we?
Sounds like athletics.
Sounds like a swimmer.
It sounds like you're using athletics and your what might
Mine or dexterity?
or dexterity. I think you're using might because you're trying to swim over there fast and climb up.
Okay,
It is a
well,
forceful thing.
Yeah, it's a very
considering my
forceful.
athletics is my specialty is speed.
Okay.
Well, so specialties work like outside of that. Though.
Yeah, I
It's a
know.
problem. Yeah. Do you have
Yeah,
do
it's
you have
kinda weird
specialties somewhere
mechanic.
else that are like applicable? I don't know how, but maybe.
Close combat, sucker punch, forceful, martial arts.
No, those are all
Ambidextrous.
edges. Those are edges. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
We'll revisit that later. It's
all right.
fine. She has lots of
I
dice.
still have
Yep.
6 dice.
Do you want to use momentum?
To add another die.
I mean, doing.
Do it. Add another die.
Well, and what's her difficulty?
I think it's a difficulty too.
We still got that free floating enhancement. Anybody?
Well, I don't know. It's probably 3 because you gotta jump out of the helicopter, swim across the water, and then get onto the boat. I think it's 3. But once you get on there, you have amazing access to keep messing their day all up.
Yeah.
We still have that free floating enhancement you can use, so you really only need 1. Nobody's used any of that.
You have a 1 enhancement for me.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes. Use the enhancement, and
Yeah.
you'll have it. See, that means you're gonna have 2 enhancement left over for stunts. What do? As you come over the edge.
I pull myself up and just scissor kick one of them in the face.
Nice.
You know what I'm imagining?
What?
I'm imagining you scissor kick him in the back of the
Head,
head, and his head goes forward so forcefully and hits the steering wheel and goes beep. Because it's funny.
Oh no! It's she came out the side, so it's got to be the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these guys are probably wearing like motorcycle helmets because they're hardcore, and it shatters the visor.
Yep.
Why? Cause
So now it's 1-1.
now it's 1-1.
Because Fight Club, that's why.
Because Fight Club. That's why.
You do not mess with Fight Club account.
That's funny. I imagine her doing some other thing, and then like having way too much in like stunt bonus, and then like going and messing up their books, and then going back to fighting.
Let me go over here.
Seven.
Oh, I see. I know QuickBooks. I got you guys.
She's like, there go your Swiss accounts. Anyways.
Audits for taxes for days.
Okay.
Sucks to be in a communist country.
Yeah, for sure. Transfer all that money to my account. Just kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding.
That
I just transfer to the relief fund.
Yeah, in my name.
You kind of lurch to the side as they set the boat off flying again. They're trying to accelerate and keep going. So they got one.
That's fine.
All right, players. Time to get some victories.
You want to go back to me?
I feel like this is a good time. You need to know what you do next.
Probably Fist of Stone.
Ooh.
Remind myself. 203.
No. Well, these guys aren't the ones we're not killing.
Oh, this I was not told.
Yeah, there's a
You were
difference.
told not to fire on people unless they fired on you.
Yeah.
And you're getting ready to punch the living crap out of them.
Well, they ran off
Yes.
after blowing that up. That's
Also,
that's a strike
yeah,
on
yeah.
us.
These are not the people that
These
live
are not
here.
the people that live here. Yeah.
They have blown things up and shot people.
They blowed things up and shot people.
These are the bad
And
guys.
you're kind of only punching them. Like, you're kind of nice.
Yeah. They're getting away easier.
Okay, so
right
it
now.
says
Not
the
really.
character receives one enhancement on unarmed attacks with their fists. Spend an inspiration to ignore up to 2 points of complication that might arise from damaging sources, such as gripping a hot plate or punching a brick wall.
Awesome. I don't think you have any of those
None of that
complications,
matters.
but
No.
you're just trying to wreck dudes, right?
Yeah.
You get the
You are
first
gonna hit 'em
one,
hard,
you
yeah.
don't have to worry about the second.
So, so
you're gonna-
is it just might?
You're going to
Because
be,
that's a prerequisite. So I don't know what that
You're gonna be rolling might for sure.
yeah,
might. Okay.
might and
combat.
close combat.
Yeah.
You've been watching your movies to get some good ideas as to the awesome stuff you do.
Can you do more than one, or is it? Do you just choose
What do you mean
one
more
to
than
do
one?
the gifts or the
Anything-
specialties? Because I have close combat sucker punch and
But what does that do?
why are you asking all these questions?
Whose book is that? Is that yours? I don't see that.
I think it's
No, that's out. That's out.
yeah.
I think this one.
Mine,
That one has
I
a thing in it.
think mine has a spider in it.
Yours is the
Spider.
one that doesn't have the jank form.
There you go. That too.
This is
This is yours. That's mine. That's ours. The jank form.
it just says your character. He can reduce the number of successes needed to overcome his opponent's dodge stunt by his close combat skill.
So yeah,
I know when to throw a punch to take his opponent off guard.
yeah. So that's allowing you to bypass defense.
Okay.
We're not technically in combat right now,
Okay.
but
so that's fine. I don't need to do that.
but
so,
I think that justifies a rather low difficulty.
Okay. So
In case you haven't noticed, I've been kind of making everything difficulty 2.
yeah.
I think it's a difficulty 1 for you because you've got that sucker punch move.
Okay. So roll might and
unarmed combat.
Unarmed combat.
And you're not really doing damage or anything.
No, I just want to stop them.
Well, I'm just saying that you're trying to like either kill one of their victories or you're trying to achieve a victory.
Yeah,
one or
I'm
the
trying
other.
to kill one of
You're
their
trying to kill one of their victories.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we're trying to figure
to
out.
maim them so they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would unarmed combat be?
It's
Or would I be close combat?
Close
and,
combat,
okay,
yeah. Close combat.
Oh, jeez, that's 5
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
and 3 might.
Do the things you're best at, and then you will do the things.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You feel like you're in the first scene of Six Underground yet?
Heck yeah.
This was my plan.
What do you want it to be? 8s?
They need to be
You said?
8s.
Okay. I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 successes.
Okay, so you've eaten
2
one of
eights
their
and a nine.
victories,
Okay.
and you had 6 successes?
I had 3.
You had 3 successes.
Yes.
Okay, so you got an enhancement
I
bonus
guess an enhancement from the stone
of how much?
fists.
2? 1.
1.
Okay, so that means you needed 1 to succeed, and then you have 3 extra, right?
Okay.
Because you rolled 3 successes.
3
You got
successes.
1. It took you 1 to gain your victory. You have 3 successes left to do stunts with.
Okay. Am I able to, when I punch the guy, how many guys are on the boat? 1,
There
2.
will be guys coming out of the boat until the challenge is over.
Got it. Okay.
Essentially, because we're not really fighting. I'm not turning this into that detailed of a strategic thing.
So,
like guys will keep coming at you until you win or they win.
Okay. So the first guy I punch, I'm just gonna try and knock him out so that he doesn't come after me, and I'm gonna try and get to the key in the boat to turn it off.
So you're gonna create a complication struggling for the key for their next turn.
Okay.
Okay, that's worth 1. You got 2 more left.
Is the boat repaired? Are they repaired?
Kind of.
Kind of. I start punching holes in the bottom of it.
Like stomping holes in the
Oh
like.
yeah, I got huge holes so that the water, so that they can't. 1, I'm trying to get the key from them. 2, I'm trying to make the boat sink.
Hold
and
up.
They're just what?
Did you take a guy out?
Sort of.
Sort of. I just knocked him out because
Knocked him down.
Because I want you to stomp his head through the floor.
That's more fun.
That's more Fight Club. I was thinking
They're
Fight
wearing
Club.
motorcycle
Okay, so I take the guy who's actually this is even better. I take the guy who I have just knocked out, and I just use his body and just start pounding the floor.
You just like grab his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
While the others watch in terror.
Yeah.
Like one of the, you can see like one of the holes from the mine.
Well, you know what? Like, I don't know. Like, spin this however you want. You could say like, oh, maybe you're too far up to like be going through like the floor of the boat.
Yeah.
But the psychological impact of seeing that,
It's a brutal.
like, that's worth 1 complication. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even pay attention because this lady is just like jackhammering my friend's head into the goddamn floor of damn.
There we were, a bunch of wacky Chinese terrorists. This crazy white woman came and started beating our faces in.
Got She-Hulk over here.
Yeah. Okay.
The
so
Hulk with
I'm
Kai.
not gonna go
they
till,
get.
What's that?
I'm not gonna go till you get me in range. Doesn't mean we have to go next, but like
Yeah, I'm gonna do
They
this.
gotta try that.
And they're not successful. So I think like the guy at the throttle is losing it and like runs away from the throttle to try and stop you, and he like blows the fire extinguisher at you to get you like away from his friend,
Okay.
and that's gonna be close combat. What, 3, and then that. He got lots of successes. So he's gonna He's gonna have his stunt is he is going to push you back over the edge of the boat, and you're gonna have to make an athletics check to get back into the boat again.
Okay.
But he achieves no victories, and he eats no victories.
No worries.
Player's turn.
Go for it. Somebody else.
Who hasn't done yet? All
I
three.
think we've been sneaking through the back alleys and like the narrow ways and hiding behind things, and it's time for us to spring into action here.
Awesome.
Permission to engage.
Hell, man,
Engage. You don't need
you
permission.
don't need no permission. What you talking about?
Permission to use lethal force. I just yes. I mean, I feel like we need.
Hey man, they was mowing down civilians. I don't think you need to ask.
Oh,
for
that's a
that.
good point.
They're mowing down
That's a good point.
civilians.
They fired first.
Just don't kill me.
Well, I just saw you fall out the boat. You're fine.
Okay, well then just let me know not to get back in the boat.
So I think. All right. Well, let's see how well I roll. We're catching up to them. We're closing range bands. That sounds like a piloting roll, yes?
Yes, sir. I think you're trying to score victories right now,
Yes.
or a victory.
How many people are in the boat? What happens if we kill them all?
As many people as
There are people on the boat until the skill challenge is over,
Fair enough.
because it's a movie.
yeah.
There are people on the boat until there are no more people on the boat.
Yeah,
It's like in 6 Underground when all the workers just keep coming out
Yeah.
from the kitchen,
Yeah.
from the bathroom.
everywhere. Guys, he's coming. Guys, just coming. Guys, just coming. And rather than trying to keep track of all those guys, I'm just like, no, stuff happens. You hit a guy, and then another guy, and then the first guy gets up, and
Oh my gosh, he just got like 10 successes.
6 successes without my 5 enhancements.
Jeez.
What's the score now? 1-1 or
1-1.
0-1? Oh,
1-1.
I'll kill their last success. Maybe.
Don't forget, you guys have to score 6 successes
know.
to win.
Or 6, so.
So I just scored 1. I rolled 6 successes. That gives me 5 dice left over plus the 5 enhancements I have. So 10 dice for stunting. Alright, we need something baller AF.
I'm thinking you're the anchor of this race here.
Huh?
You're the anchor of this race.
Yeah. It's almost like the piloting guy is good at piloting. What are the chances? I think they still haven't killed their forward momentum.
No, they're definitely
So-
traveling forward.
And I'm not like they're traveling forward. They're also kind of going cattywampus, I think, because of like there's like I think I'm going to try to like I'm trying to slow them down, right?
So you're trying. Well,
How am I going to do that?
you can set yourself up with some kind of advantage for your next roll if you want to kill one of their victories. But you're the main victory scorer right now.
Yeah, that was the thing. What's a good stunt?
I mean, for one thing, how many more stunts gives you another victory?
None.
You will not give us like
No.
5 stunts for another victory. 5 points of stunt. Think about combat, the way combat works. So. I know we're not doing a combat, but like they're like criticals.
yeah, I see what you're
4
saying
hits
as a
is
model.
like here's 4. Throw 4 points at it to get another victory.
Throw 4
right?
points at it to get
Yeah.
another victory. It's going slow enough. I'll change the rules.
I can actually work
Yes.
enhanced now.
How many do I need to throw to get?
5 will get you another victory or kill.
Well, I've got 10 dice for stunting, so we'll take another victory.
Okay, how do you get it?
Shortcuts.
There shortcuts is one good way. I think like
Oh no! What do you put in the engine of this thing?
Just pure rice liquor.
Right, pure rice liquor.
That's a way.
Banana.
I'm thinking you don't know just how cool these drones are, and like as Asher has been knocked into the water, like here comes the mechanical whirring of propellers, and this clawed grip grabs like onto the collar of your wetsuit and hauls you towards the boat.
Okay.
And putting you back on the boat is our victory in this case. So,
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'll count that as a victory. Sounds great.
and then I have 5 more successes to stunt with. What are we doing?
As
This is where you go.
as you're flying towards it.
Yeah, flying with them.
Yeah.
I think I am.
That's got to be a big drum.
It's a big drone.
It's got to be big, dude.
It's big. Yeah, that's huge.
I could put 4 claimers on it.
So, yeah.
Luckily, she's not like a 210-pound maiden.
It was originally designed as an Amazon fridge delivery drone.
What?
He said the drone that picked you up was originally designed as an Amazon fridge delivery drone.
Hey, we never established how big they were.
My character is
Not that big.
not that
Yeah,
big.
Pelican kids.
So,
But still, at least one of them.
That's why I was saying it's a good thing you're not a 210-pound man.
yeah.
In enhancement.
So, are your turn still going?
Yeah.
Or spending
I
5.
have 5 stunt dice.
Oh.
Yeah, face on forward is enhancement, I would say. So,
Yeah, I don't think I need to pay for some enhancement for me.
no, yeah.
I think I need to pay for some enhancement for you guys to slow them down.
You want to do your Overwatch thing again?
Yeah,
Okay, Overwatch 3.
yeah.
Okay.
And then 2 more dice. Oh, and you gave me enhancement too.
You have a +1 for me.
Oh, 3
Yeah.
enhancement dice.
No, you have 3 dice. You have 3.
Who's having the roughest time? Let's see. Oh, I think I see something. Look here, what can be cool? So, what do you have access to from your position?
Water.
All the water stuff.
All the water stuff? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too.
It's the problem with having so many stunt dice.
We can.
It's a good problem to have.
Pick a player.
I think I want to pick this guy.
You pick Isaac.
Yeah. Guy.
So you can use your drone information to relay.
Mathematical angle.
Yeah, to relay like angle stuff to him so that he can get more shots,
Telemetry.
get telemetry information.
Oh, I got a thing I can do. It could be even cooler. That's similar to that. But one of my edges is weak spots.
Oh.
There's a bridge up there on its way to collapsing. If you land some tank shells on that, that is going to put a serious crimp in their plans.
Oh, dope.
I'll go next after the
3
that guys.
Okay, yeah. So that was the end of his turn. It is
Yes.
now their turn.
So we're at what, 2-1 now?
No, 3-1. Ooh.
Yeah, about an extra.
Yeah, so they're gonna try to make with the go fast.
Go here fast.
Oh, they got it. They got it.
Got some of it. Got what they wanted, didn't they?
I'm gonna say like so they got.
That's a 7.
Oh, wrong game. You know what? It's these dice. In Exalted, the difficulty number is 7, and I'm using Exalted dice. I'm messing myself up on accident. But they're so big, and I like them because they're bigger. Whatever. Okay, now using regular dice. So I had 3. So I got 1 stunt. I think that they notice the bridge. They can't They know it's going to be a problem, and they're going to try to deal with that problem. But they can't do anything yet, but they're aware of it. That's going to be their stunt.
It'll make it more difficult for us to take advantage of.
Yes.
Alright. So
And they got 1. Gunning it.
using the bird's eye view, I dang on tell this guy exactly where he needs to be. So basically using small unit tactics, they're going to tell these guys, the exact route they need to be to take advantage
Catch
of
up
one
on
another's
them.
angles
Yeah.
and attacks.
Awesome.
So hopefully using that as a victory in order
Yeah,
to
that sounds like it would make a
ensure
victory.
success. So that's going to be using my command and using small unit tactics
Command and what? Presence.
the composure.
Composure. Oh yeah, keep it together. Keep it together.
Two successes.
2 successes will do it. That'll get you a victory.
All right, and that adds a +2 enhancement to a combat maneuver involving my team. So
you get an enhancement. You can stunt.
I want to give my enhancement to him. I'm giving him a good do whatever you want to do bonus, basically. If you don't mind, I'm going to give him the enhancement. And I'm basically just directing traffic at this point.
Directing traffic. Sounds
Yeah.
great.
That's all I need to do here.
It just now happened. It just happened. We are now playing Pandemic. Because he's the traffic controller.
He's the
Yeah,
dispatch.
he's the dispatcher. This is hallelujah. This is what I wanted. I was like, I want Action Pandemic, the role playing game.
Which one is the one that can move dudes? No, it's dispatch.
It's the dispatcher.
Dudes.
They can just be like, you go over here now. That's what he just did.
Yeah.
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 Hooray. I'm so happy right now. Okay. Yeah, they're not being creative. They're going to try to go fast, and they're going to try to, gun it underneath that the bridge and try to get out of the way of the bridge. Don't use these, Alan.
They roll too good.
It's not that they roll too good. It's that
It's I read them wrong.
you're so used to reading them a different
I'm
way.
playing the wrong game with them is all.
That didn't stop that from rolling good.
Yeah, I think they achieved their victory, but they did not manage to clear the bridge yet. Player's turn.
Let's do him so he can do something with the bridge. I know you want to go now, but before they get out of that bridge.
Isaac.
Wall that bridge, bro.
Bomb the bridge.
So
Sorry, that's me
doing
doing my small units tactics.
Don't worry about it.
From a 3 enhancement to a 2, is that what happens?
Yes.
Okay. So you only get 2 enhancement for that you're using aim and intellect.
Aim and intellect.
Yeah, and if you get at least 1 success, add 2 more to it.
You hear me over the mic go now.
Roger, we've got a green offer. Green offer.
Not trying to emulate actual military, trying to emulate video game.
Oh yeah, I'm StarCraft. I'm the guy who's controlling the units.
The dispatcher, dude.
Executor.
Another 10
Well done.
4
plus the 2,
plus 2, so 6.
6.
Well, 3 does it, and we'll say that that's going to eat one of their successes. And you had how many total?
6.
So you have 3 dice left to stunt with.
I think you call out warning of incoming, and she's the only person on the boat who gets it. So that sets her up to brace for impact.
Okay.
So she's the only person on the boat that has a set her up with that answer, basically.
Okay. I do that.
Yeah, you know when and how to take cover to not get knocked down or knocked about, or you stay on your feet, or you voluntarily go down on your feet and come back up. All right, so he's giving you enhancement. Who's gonna go? I know it's like you two haven't gone, right?
I believe that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's gonna go?
I'll go.
All right. You can, use your, you can do your same trick.
Yeah, but the exact opposite. Try and drain the water from the area. I'm tired of running. Tired of chasing them.
I don't know if you can drain
Not
the water
drain,
from
but
the area.
drain
But
problems,
reduce it to
yeah.
the point where they're scraping the bottom of their boat.
I don't think you'll be able to do that, but you might be able to catch them in like a negative pressure, like a whirlpool,
Okay.
right?
Like from two different roads, just flood those. So it kind of.
Well, yeah. If you get water going up in one area and going down in another area, right? It's going to create a whirlpool, and it won't. Like, there's too much water. They're in a river delta. Yeah. There's too much water to get rid of all of it. But like, you can create a whirlpool where they're like, God damn it, and they're trying to drive away from this thing.
Yep.
Adverse currents. How dare you?
Yes.
I will do that.
Awesome. Sounds great. Do it. I think it's too difficulty to do that.
What am I rolling? Same thing as before.
Same thing as before.
That was technology and presence.
In addition to you getting my utmost respect, because that was cool. It's like, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. I'm like, it's brilliant. There's nothing stopping you from doing pretty much the exact same thing every turn. You know what I mean?
That's a card dice. So if I got 2 8s, yeah.
You got it.
I like it.
What do? I kick him.
So now they're fighting a whirlpool. This is great. Like, oh, that's just as they pull around. So like, you bombed out the front of the bridge, so they couldn't go out the main way they were trying to go. So they're having to go through the streets, and they're going through the streets. And one of the tight turns that they have to take, he puts this whirlpool there, so they're like trying to pull away from this thing, because they're turning around the corner, it just puts their prop like right down in the whirlpool, so they're like trying to pull their way out of this thing. Oh, that's a nightmare. Okay, who's left? Oh, it's me. Yeah, it's my turn.
You don't have to take a turn.
What's your story now? 5-1?
It's 4-1.
Oh, okay. 4-1.
God, what are they gonna do? This sucks.
This is not going according to plan.
Are you inner monologuing for them?
I got it. Their jet ski buddy comes around the corner and throws a grappling hook on the front of their boat to help drag them out. Yeah, jet ski buddy. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how well they roll. Jet ski buddy. Say yes. 7 dice.
Damn. And I'm without a turn.
Oh.
For the jet ski?
Ooh.
Jet ski buddy scores him a victory.
Uh-oh.
I got a good idea though.
All right, what do you
It's
got?
gonna be great. It's
Well,
not my turn.
It's his turn.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, it's not my turn.
So to kind of go back a little bit here, like when I dropped her off, I was going catty corner, right? So like I wasn't chasing, I was just in the right spot to get by them. So
Right,
at
yeah.
this point, I've circled around and now I'm giving chase at this point. And so you see Enzo's helicopter going way faster than a big helicopter like this should be. But it's about it's me dodging and weaving through like the buildings and skyscrapers that are like sagging from the water being an issue and stuff like that. Yeah. And we see the side. We get to see the side of Enzo's helicopter in ridiculous detail, which is like it's like a side on like a isometric grid, but there's gaps in the grid that make it spell out Enzo. So it's super stylized Enzo on the side. That's what I'm doing.
And you're giving him chase. Go.
Giving
Roll
chase. So what's that gonna be? Dexterity and pilot?
Yes.
Cool. All those. Do we have anything else to add to it for now? Oh yeah, give me that. Cool. Great. Yup. 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 Yup.
All the dice.
I need 3 more dice. Nope. Nope. Alright, it's only 7. And I don't actually think I have a handling bonus. Nope. So what's that, 2 and 5? That's 2 successes.
Yeah, that.
So I come.
How do you catch him?
So I come flying in, and then the grappling hook drops and grabs onto the top of the boat, and they're like pulled out of the water, hanging there.
I don't know if you can pull up the whole boat. But
What size is it?
No, like
It's a 2.
it's like a small yacht.
Yeah.
But you could grab the end of the boat
Yeah.
and pull it just enough so the prop's out of the water so they can't go anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. They gun it, and then the camera doesn't move, and
Yeah.
it's just the hook hanging down.
Yeah.
Boom.
I had such a cool thing planned.
Sorry.
I think I should do it anyway.
Yeah, what do you do?
All right. So my cool thing. You ready? I was gonna be gunning to get to him, obviously. I was counting. I was probably gonna have.
I'll tell you what. Like,
roll it,
dude. You gotta catch Jet Ski Buddy.
I'll catch.
You gotta catch Jet Ski Buddy.
I'll catch Jet Ski Buddy.
I'll catch him.
No, he's got.
That's not the point, man. That's not the point. If John didn't want to do something cool, then Jet Ski Buddy would be too stupid to detach his rope.
Yeah, right.
But since John wants to do something, Jet Ski Buddy is now smart enough to detach his rope and get away.
1, 2, 3,
So the players could do something cool.
5,
I just stand on the boat applauding.
6,
Yeah.
7, 8. I rolled.
You're like, I just punched out one guy.
I
That's all
rolled
it
8
took.
successes and 11 dice.
Jesus. Yep.
That's all, and they were all 8s. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, not 2
He
dice.
spent last weekend shaving his dice.
Shaving your dice.
So that's 13 successes. So I get my successes. I
Wait.
rev the hell up there, and my stunt
No more time bomb.
with 5 more of my stunt dice to get another victory. Here's what that victory looks like. As I'm walling up to the scene, old fisherman dude in the rice hat with the junk, which is now like capsized, and he's standing on the side of his boat, is jabbering at me and pointing that way with his harpoon towards tall patches of reeds in a shallow part of the river delta. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, Chinaman in the rice hat? And he keeps pointing and jabbering at me and yelling, and I'm like, oh, there's a shortcut. Like, there's a deep spot in the reeds.
yeah.
Cut across the delta. Whoa! Up behind jet ski dude.
Yeah.
With such speed, I totally whipped the back end of the ass end of this big, clunky boat around and capsized.
Just with
And as he
your
like
weight.
comes
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
to the surface spluttering, then there's my buddy. What the hell's your name again? Are you Mark?
No, that's
Who are
Mark.
you?
I'm Brendan.
You're Brendan.
15.
He comes up out under the from being knocked under the water and capsized, sputtering to see his gun in his face. That's you.
Yeah.
Got your gun on him. And that's scene.
And you got him on.
What's your quippy line? What do you say to him?
We got written down.
I'm only gonna ask you once. Get on the boat.
You drag him on the boat, and you got your little camera going all the time, right? You described that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the face of the guy who came into the hospital 3 weeks ago to try to get you to do a kickflip.
Oh, that guy. When you fell off your board and
Yes.
busted
I remember it.
stitches.
Yes, I remember him. Oh.
I don't know the rest.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Troublemaker.
I recognize the guy in front of my gun.
There's 2 kinds of people. People I put bullets in, and people I ain't put bullets in yet. That's dark.
Time to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey, this is even my song.
That's
Nice.
intentional.
That's what.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought the imagery of the old fisherman standing on his capsized boat.
That was pretty cool.
Too quality.
I give it to you.
Okay, so you got the end of the thing. She's on the boat. You're over there.
We
He's
got
got the
jet ski
guy.
man.
You're in the facility. So that means it has to be you. There's a building nearby. Pretty tall building, relatively tall building. And you can see that as it's getting a little bit dark, but sunset enough that you can still see fairly well. Light shining up on top of this building. There's a man on top of this building. He's wearing a tuxedo. And he's looking at a pocket watch. He's got slick to the side hair and a mustache, bow tie. Closes the pocket watch and looks about. Kind of sees you. Leans forward a little bit. Does one of those half smiles, half smirks that you do to a stranger to be polite. Like, he gives you half of a salute, half of a wave, like this. And then turns and walks further over on the roof to where you can't see him.
Look down at the dude in the water. That's your boss?
He's just like,
Oh, he's in the boat now. I brought him in the boat.
yeah, he's in the boat. He's just looking at him. He's just looking at him.
We're out of the chase scene now?
Oh, chasing's over, dude.
Yeah, we just finished.
You're massively victorious.
Like, I immediately post on the global frequency message boards. Anyone know who this fella is? With a picture of it.
I don't think you got a picture of him.
Not even with like. Okay. Fair
It all happened too quick.
Fair enough.
You could describe it.
Yeah.
If you describe it, a second. I might have to think for that. Go away.
Guys, I found the mastermind.
Let's see.
Maybe. Maybe he's just in the talent acquisition.
Okay, so pretty much I'm going to try and use eidetic memory. Freakishly perfect memory. So if you describe the dude, do you think I could remember the guy that I talked to Cameron as being the same guy?
No, he's talking about two different.
Oh, two different guys? Okay.
Totally
Then,
different
He's
guys.
talking about the weird guy up on the roof with a pocket watch.
okay.
The pocket watch and the mustache, all Stevie Whiplash.
Oh, don't forget the tuxedo.
Yeah,
Tuxedo. Black tuxedo.
Never mind.
Yeah, this is a weirdo standing on the roof watching us. Goes.
As
Well, he wasn't exactly watching you. He was just sort of standing there, and then he saw you. He was literally he was doing this, and he looked up, closed the pocket watch, and then looked a little closer, doing with his hands together like this. And then when he kind of saw that you saw him, he was did the little half smile that you do to a stranger just to be, and then did this, and then turned around and walked out of sight.
If that don't scream mastermind, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
Like he was waiting for something to happen, like them to show up.
I could be wrong though. I don't know. I've been wrong before. It happens.
Hey, Asher, you need a lift?
Yeah, that might be helpful.
You're on
Already
the-
lifted.
Oh.
I should put one on her.
You going around zip tying these dudes?
Oh, yeah. Yep, zip tying them, making them sit down on the boat.
So you find a pretty interesting thing down in the cabin below. You can find little lanterns, like candle lanterns, and they've got a picture of an angel that these are in front
Starlight,
of.
the Star Angel, whatever, the evil people.
No,
The STA?
the Archangel Initiative was different than the STA.
Oh, yeah, it
This is Society of the Terrible Angel.
Oh, they're both angels. I forgot. Good job.
No,
I
that,
know
no,
how
that is
went
it. STA.
down. Yeah, I'm just saying it's different than what I thought. I forgot the other one was angel.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Terrible angel?
I start, the little thing. I'm like, look at our friends. Showing them all the candles and everything down in the hall of the downstairs.
No man, these guys again.
Yep.
You see one of the dudes on the the deck that she has zip tied, and he's convulsing.
Hey, what's wrong with that one?
I run back upstairs. Oh, whip open his mouth real quick, trying to
He's
see.
got foam crap coming all out of his
he
mouth.
got a pill.
He's got a pill.
I start checking all the other guys. I'm like, spit it out.
Okay, so you got to do.
So I do.
Are we close enough to get on the boat?
You can take an action to get on the boat. It'll
I
be a
do
roll.
Persuasion.
Persuasion's not going to do it. You're going to have to physically remove them.
Oh, well then.
Medicine
She could knock him
and
out.
Larceny, maybe?
dexterity, because you're trying to hook your fingers into their mouths.
Well, I don't have any medicine, but I've got dexterity.
And there's probably not that many.
She couldn't just knock him
We'll
out.
say there's
Punch him
9
too
guys
fast.
on there, and they are all trying to kill themselves. And for each success, you can keep a guy from killing himself.
Okay. Is there any way I could use dexterity and close combat, like smack in the back of their head to get them to,
Just knock him out.
Knock him out.
or knock them
Knock them out.
Yeah, so that they don't chomp on the pill.
Or you
Yeah.
can knock the tooth out. Just
Right. That would be the
Rendering
right
them
one.
unconscious
Yes,
would
would do
that.
would achieve the goal.
Okay,
Yeah.
so-
Since they're helpless, rendering them unconscious is something you could probably do pretty proficiently.
Yes, I think you can roll that and be knocking them out at a 1-for-1.
So what? Close combat and dexterity, or close combat and
It de-
might?
I think it would be dexterity as you're
Speed is
moving
all-
from person to person and jumping over their bodies and
Okay,
getting
so that's all
getting where
10
you got to
dice.
go.
Yeah, your dex is better anyway. So.
Yeah, that's all 10 dice.
A boom, 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 boom. Oh, I don't have Swift. I don't have a number down for that.
4, 5. 5
All right, so you
successes.
saved 5 of them
Okay.
by kicking the crap out of them.
Well, I got 5 out of the 9. Or, well, 10, because one's already dead. So.
One's already dead. Yeah.
So, we got 50% saved. And once they're knocked out, I look in their mouth and try and pull out what they have, whatever's like the little fake tooth or whatever they
It's not a
have.
fake tooth. It's just a thing they
Just on
have
the
tucked in their
side.
cheek.
Well,
yeah.
I pull them all out of their mouths.
So I'm totally disengaged from this portion because I am indeed on, my satellite phone of special smartness, posting on the global frequency message boards. So anybody familiar with some probably high muckety muck and the society? What are the terrible names?
Society
The
of the
TSA?
Terrible. Yeah.
Like-
STA.
STA.
Looks kind of describing vaguely. Has a mustache. Likes to wear tuxedos. A stickler for time.
You quickly get back that like everyone thinks it's a joke. They're like, whatever, like, what, you got some like weird, like turn of the century like silent film villain as they're like, no. Like one person's like, yeah, he looks just like this guy and this guy and this guy. It shows all these like pictures of obviously modern dudes.
And I'm like, no, I'm for real. Try to, yeah. No one would have
Well,
done as
that's my silly way of saying that none of them, nobody on the frequency thinks that there is somebody in that organization that looks like what you just described.
Fair enough.
Though I do think that somebody starts making bad memes.
Yeah.
And then going through our eyeglass is a meme, you know?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Ten.
No, that would be too invasive. I don't think they would do
Okay.
something like that.
He's
They
10.
probably have like a bulletin board that you willingly access,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, they're making fun of 10.
I'm sorry, but push notifications is not the global frequency way.
No.
These are people who save the world, not marketing jackasses.
Or meme lords.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a right way to use them and a wrong way. Someone's using it the wrong way, and we can figure out the right way.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we have your little friend. Because you said
What?
you described the guy, the jet
I
ski
know.
guy.
What is he?
He was on the jet ski.
I remember him. He tried to get you to bust your ass when you was in stitches.
Yep.
Well, he did, but that seems like a very unambitious way to get at us. I don't.
Yeah, well, obviously he's...
I only had to ask him once.
Maybe he didn't know you were going to be at this party. I don't think that's very likely, but maybe.
Or maybe he wanted you injured.
Again, I don't. Unambitious.
It's not a coincidence that he's here and we're here.
Wait, you said these fellas had cyanide tablets or some such?
Yeah, I saved 5 out of the 10.
Check his mouth. I checked the jet ski guy.
Roll me your dexterity. Just your dexterity.
Oh, you got good there. I think it's 6.
Cheated.
I got 2.
2. He ain't got no capsule in his mouth. He also fails to bite you.
Come on, man. My 4-year-old cousin don't even bite me no more. After he found out I taste like motor oil.
So we're still just dangling in the air.
I mean, at this point, I assume you'll go ahead and disable it.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
what's going to be the... Let's just cut to the next scene.
Yeah, right,
Like,
right.
what's the next scene in the movie?
Probably wrap up, like, talking to our buddy, what's his name?
Donaldson,
No,
Brad.
no, the Chinese guy.
Oh, Mr.
Mr. Shun.
Mr. Shun, yeah.
And we have the 2 brainiacs teach them how to make a better, more efficient drainage system for the city and stuff like that. So
Or
I was
just
planning
fix
on
the
it.
one that they...
Fix the one that they have.
Which
that they
sucks.
blew up.
That's
Yeah.
what I was planning.
and fixing the chemical spills would be that guy's thing if he was awake.
And probably,
He's been up
probably
since
searching
5:30, he's
the
tired.
boat for any more clues as to where these guys exactly came from. I don't even know. Probably.
Yeah, no, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah,
Looking
no,
for
that's
clues.
that's where I want to be dropped off. We need
You get
to
bored, we go
set
pirate
somewhere the boat so we can like comb through
No, that's what I'm saying.
everything.
Like, I can't pick up the whole boat, but you just start it
Yeah.
off, take the key, whatever. I drop the boat,
You
I
just
bring it
drive
down. We get those people
You
off
just drive
onto
it,
the
yeah.
plane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
drive it.
They
Yeah.
drive it over someplace. We get those 5 people off. Get the dead bodies. The other 5 that off themselves.
They're bagged.
Yeah.
Get them all bagged
And
up.
then I start sweeping the entire yacht from bottom to top, looking for anything that besides the little candles that we obviously assume are the STA.
And I
You get a 6.
hog tie them and put bags over their heads, and obviously, like I've done it before.
Awesome.
You what now?
So I think we got
Bags
some
with it,
kind of
I've done it before.
investigation going on.
Yeah, a little investigation.
Enigmas.
Enigmas.
Enigmas. Isaac, that's your thing.
He's a sleepy. Somebody else can do it.
I have
What
enigmas.
are we
doing?
What's your
I
approach?
know, but he's not.
You're
used
an
to it
adult
like you
type
are.
person.
Yeah, he's 15.
I'm a fat old
He
man.
can
I'm
he
telling
cannot manage his sleepiness like we cans.
you. We just press on because games are more important than sleep.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, role playing games are more important.
Speak for yourself.
He is, and for you.
You want an enigma?
I don't have. Oh wait, I got 1.
I have 3. I can.
Oh, you're good at it. Do it.
Yeah.
So what am I doing? Just
You're
investigating?
checking out this boat. See if you can find some clues, man.
I've got.
Find some clues,
So is
man.
it just Enigma?
Or that, or what's the other? What's the?
What about larceny?
Okay. However,
Look,
Well,
is there
I-
any safe?
like looking at the boat overall, there's not a lot I can do. But I do.
He's
have
got a thing. He wants to
gotta
go,
go.
man.
Yeah,
Go
go.
for it.
He wants to go, man.
She drops off. So she comes to me. I get on the boat. I
You
use
guys are
speed-
at a central location.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all happened.
I use speed reading and go through everything I can find on the boat. 20 times as fast.
Awesome. I still think you need to roll your enigmas
That's
and
fine.
your what?
Enigmas.
He's going.
Cunning.
Yeah,
He's going fast.
Fast, yeah.
So when you get
Oh, okay. Well,
Unless
Thinking quick.
he thought of an intellectual way to go about it, if he's better at that.
He decided he's going quick.
answer.
All right, go ahead.
So we use Enigma for investigation. Okay.
It makes the most sense of what we have.
Yeah.
You could
okay.
also, like, things that also could be used in various investigations, since you're just inquiring about
I'm just
investigation in
asking,
general. Yeah. Culture could be used because you're trying to figure out, like, cultural situations,
okay.
right? That makes sense. Empathy could be a situation when if you're talking to, like, interviewing a lot of people.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Any of them could be, because, like, if you're trying to figure out
Okay, there's no reason.
plane logs as to where people have been, that's a piloting check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it depends
So
on the
any of them
situation and
could
the approach.
potentially work for an intrigue or an investigation type thing, but those are going to be more of your main
Got it.
skills that you're
Okay.
probably going to use.
Got
Well,
3
they're just-
successes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
3 questions.
3 questions.
3 good questions. With good, truthful, detailed answers.
Does this boat belong to them? And if so, does it have anything identifiable that shows us where the boat came from?
So the boat is not theirs, but the boat was purchased illegally from triads.
Okay.
And this is their symbol with the triads.
Alex is a little fan from school. They learned about Asia today.
And triads, apparently.
That's not triads.
I know.
Go with it, Alan.
You know what?
Sorry. All right. Okay. Sorry.
That's some Shemisi bloodline, is what
Oh, it's what that is. Yeah, they're over there.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
They're all related to Volsa.
That's right. Tulsa.
I mean, we've got like
Are there any maps or documentation about their plan or future plans?
there aren't any maps, but you will get information that will lead you to the conclusion that this is a singular one STA cell, and that there are others in Taiwan that have similar goals.
We gonna be here a while, boys.
Yeah.
Dang on.
You might want to practice your language skills, guys. Just a heads up.
Dang on up.
Might want to practice
Let
a
you
little
talk,
of your communication skills.
No, you know what? We already did one game where we spent a whole lot of time learning new languages.
Yeah, I think I know 7 now.
What was that movie from? I don't even remember. It was dangling. Somebody was in a cage and he was dangling a key, talking about communication skills. Doesn't matter.
Oh, that's familiar.
This does seem really
It's a movie,
familiar.
yeah. You gotta work on a little bit of your communication skills.
Anyone else have any questions? I can't think of any.
Oh, from on the boat.
Yeah. Boat clues.
Yeah, we're looking through all the drawers, looking through linen closets, looking. I mean, just trying
You
to
have
find
looked through
anything.
everything. You are getting to ask vague, nebulous questions that I will answer about the situation.
Okay.
I assume we already know. What's the general STA goal?
You don't know the general STA goal.
Okay.
No, but they're
No,
gonna
wait.
blow up something else.
What is
here.
their prime directive? You know.
Yes. Yeah, no, you can get that. So, yeah, their prime directive is to create enough chaos that the angelic host manifests itself on Earth.
Yep. Doomsday Cult.
Got it. Hello, Waco. Only on a larger scale. Or what was the guy, the Hail Bop people with the
Every
Yes.
time there's a comment ever.
Anytime there's a comet ever, some group is drinking the Kool-Aid and yeah, okay,
No, it's for real this time.
yeah, for real.
We're gonna be caught up in the angelic embrace.
Oh, no, it was Fifth Element.
Oh,
It was
yes.
Fifth Element when they wouldn't let her out of the.
Oh, that's right.
out
You
of
need to
the
work on your
cooking machine.
Communication skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Enough chaos to manifest the angelic.
The angelic host on Earth.
Okay. Are you able to ask that guy questions, like how he's connected?
That would be another
Oh, that's a
action.
different. Okay.
Yep.
He's used all his questions based on the evidence that's on the boat.
Pretty
Got
much.
it.
That's what
Okay.
he got from his boat investigation.
Got
So
it.
what we got?
Angelic host. Yeah, I think I got my cousin Betty believes kind of that same thing.
Yeah, well, is she causing a lot of chaos?
Well, yeah, in her own way, but mostly it's because her husband's a drunk ass news lay about, as she would say, and you know.
10. I
What?
would double check your family relations a little bit.
It's a cousin by marriage, not by blood.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much we know
So
the
the drunk husband is your cousin
No.
who you're married to.
Well, yeah.
That sounds very complicated.
Yours look good.
He won't drink them.
Dude, I don't know about you, Tosh, but when we were at the hospital,
I drank them all the time. We
like
loved
they
them.
were like gold.
Yes.
We were like, what do you want out of the snack bin? You want the Lay's
No.
or the crackers or the cookies or the Ensure? You're like, give me the Ensure, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I
I want
want.
the Ensure. Vanilla, please.
Yes.
you know you're an adult when you bypass cookies for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do the kids do it too once they got wise?
Oh,
if they've been there long
Once
enough?
they've had it.
Oh, once they got wise, they knew.
Yeah, because
yeah.
that will fill you up better than chips or cookies or
And it
anything
tastes
else.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I ever tell you this story that we're digressing, but
Yeah, whatever.
my great grandfather,
Okay.
when he lived with my grandparents, my great grandparents lived with my grandma, which is their daughter, and my great grandmother was like close to passing away from lung cancer, and my great grandfather, the way that he showed us that he loved us, he would always call us, "Hey, ugly," when we walk in the room, or
Yeah.
which meant that he really liked you. If he
Yeah.
didn't say that to you, then you pissed him off somehow. And I remember I was in high school when my grandmother died, and probably 4 or 5 months after that, he was having to drink the older generation, like the older
Slim Fast,
Slim
basically.
Fast, but it was Ensure, but it was meant for
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
geriatric
What was that
population, like the
called?
elderly. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what's that
It
stuff
wasn't like
called?
extra protein, but it was Ensure.
It was basically
but it was
Ensure.
like it's specifically made for people over like 65 or
What
70.
was that stuff called?
I can't remember.
It was good too.
But my grandfather, every time I would come to visit him, I'd drive over and visit my grandma and my grandpa, and then him, my great grandpa. And every time I'd walk in, he's sitting there with an Ensure and like a bologna sandwich or something, and he's like, "Hey, ugly, come here." I'm like, "Hey, Grandpa, what's up?" And this is the man who told me that he killed a man with his bare hands in the Grand Canyon. So I'm just like, I don't know if it's true or false, but I tend to believe him. And he's like, "You're gonna drink this for me every time you come over here," because he didn't like it.
What?
Yeah, he didn't like it.
That's crazy
And
talk.
he's like, and he goes, "You're gonna drink this every time." And I was like, "I don't think I should be drinking that." And he's like, "I don't care. You will drink it." And I was like, "Yes, sir." So for like almost a year, every time I went to go visit, I would down like a thing of Ensure for him so that it would look like he drank it. And my grandmother would be like, "Good job, Dad. Thanks for doing that." And he's looking at me, and he'd always go, And then when he finally passed away, so we had my grandmother and my grandfather's ashes, and we had a family reunion. So I graduated. So he died the September of my senior year. Once I graduated, we went on a family reunion where we spread their ashes over this lake in June the next year, like June of '98. And we go out and we spread the ashes and everything. And my grandmother starts talking. She's like, "Does anybody want to share a story?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Yep.
And I shared a story, and my grandmother's like, "Damn it, I knew he wasn't drinking those things." I was like, "No, I was doing it." And she's like, "Why did you let him? And why didn't you say anything?" I was like, "He killed a man with his bare hands."
The Grand Canyon. I don't want to go to the Grand Canyon.
I was like, I don't want to find out what that. I was like, "Old man strong." I was like, it didn't matter that he was almost, like wasted away. He'd kill me. He's like, "Tosh," and I was like, I was taught to respect my elders and do what they ask. I drank the Ensure. I was 18. What do you want me to do? Yeah. Because he told me, he's like, don't you ever say anything. I was like, well, he's dead now. So I can say
So you can say something.
Yeah. But everybody died laughing. They were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you drank Ensure for him for 7 months. I was like, what? I was like, would you do it? I said, I'm the oldest great-grandkid, and I live around the corner from him.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. I love
All
telling that
right,
story.
I'm gonna
'cause-
question a dude. Or will we get any more information?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
just don't
question
know how
the dude.
much time we have left on the clock.
Okay, we can do it next week.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
It'll be
I
2
figured
weeks,
out what
but-
I was gonna do.
Yeah. We'll start the next game with interrogating the prisoner and then whatever other stuff. You guys will be in Taiwan for a while.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
At least one other
When you
session.
said there was other cells,
One
I
or
was like,
two.
yeah, we're gonna be here for a minute.
Yeah, you'll be here for a little bit.
You're gonna learn how to communicate better.
That'll buy me some time.
For
Anyway.
all of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can start teaching classes to you guys.
Speaking
No,
of
no, no.
Taiwan,
I'm not gonna learn Chinese.
No.
That's not American.
I know it's Vietnamese.
Now I sort of messed up, and I apologize. I meant to go over and have you guys relook at your goals or whatever,
Oh, mine's. I can still.
and I
like,
forgot to do that.
I want to
like,
strike
feel
back
like
at the
it's-
STA.
That was the
That's
one
my
thing.
aspiration.
Yep, that's all of our aspirations.
What's your
That's already
short-term
something there.
aspiration?
Yeah.
Strike back at
Things
the
that work, it's
STA.
like-
You achieved.
No, that's the goal. That's the group.
goal.
We all have
Yeah, we
that.
all strike
That's
back.
right.
What's your short-term aspirations, guys?
Yeah,
Mine
we
was to
didn't.
steal
Oh,
something.
no.
We talked about. We
Achieve the
didn't write
goal.
them out.
But
What did you steal?
I didn't steal anything, but I was going to plan to steal the boat key from Shun to help them out earlier. But that didn't
So
happen.
you didn't steal anything.
Just
All
let
right.
you know what my goal was.
What was yours?
I literally didn't have anything written down yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Had I written
I meant
one-
to address this beforehand, but
Had I written one,
I was
it
late
would've been
because I
there.
got halfway here and I forgot the microphone, and I had to go back and get it.
Said it.
Oh, is that what you said?
No, he called it because that's obviously what
brings the
happened.
microphone.
Yeah, that's obviously what happened. Is I'm not used to bringing it, so I forgot it.
I know.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
I
been
had a
there for
goal.
like a year.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long, but it's been a good
I
while.
think it has been actually.
I had a goal to exert my presence versus just shooting things.
Oh yeah,
That's what I wanted.
yeah,
to do.
yeah. Dispatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
So,
great. Get 1 XP.
I don't want to talk. I just want to use fists.
Had I
don't have a long-term
written
goal.
a short-term goal, it would have been to have an awesome chase scene, like for reals. That's what I'm about.
Do we throw in bones? Do we give him XP even though he got all those great
Since we
successes?
didn't establish it,
How
I think
how many bones are you throwing? Because we
Because
didn't get to talk
I will
about
say
it?
that because I forgot to establish and help you guys walk through it, I didn't do my due diligence, so I'm going to be super lenient on what
Yeah.
could have been there, and that's
No,
reasonable.
That legitimately would have been there.
Yeah.
I would even put it there for next time too.
No, don't do it twice. Do a different one, but take an XP for that because we should have had it. What could yours have been?
Oh, inspire the masses.
You did that.
Yeah, you did that.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
talking on the space station.
No, yeah, that was the
I
whole
have
thing.
no idea.
No idea whatsoever what your short-term
Punch somebody
goal
in the
might have
face.
been.
I'm always going to punch somebody in the face.
That's
Yeah,
a good short-term
she's
goal
always
for
gonna
you.
pu-
It's a
she's
good
got-
short-term goal.
She's always going to punch
I'm
somebody in the
always,
face, though.
that's what I'm made to do. I mean, there's nothing else for me
It's
to
low
do.
hanging
The
fruit.
two things she's
Yeah.
designed to do are taxes and fisticuffs.
Yeah, pretty much.
But she prefers fisticuffs.
No,
there's
I
no-
no.
there's
Well,
no
it is
fun.
more lucrative. The CPA is the cover.
Yeah.
Taxes can be brutal.
Taxes can be
Taxation
brutal.
is theft.
This is why I have Fight Club. Short term, probably just help out my peeps. Like, just be like
Do support?
do support and just roll with the punches. Because usually she's in control of things and has to be manager. and so just
yeah,
being
that's
like,
true.
Hey, I'm just gonna go wherever they
I
tell
like
me
that.
and do whatever is gonna happen.
I like that. And
You
you,
let
were
someone-
like definitely like being a part of the chase scene through your own means.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was supportive. Okay. And he's asleep, so we'll just worry about him some other time. So that means everybody achieved their short term. Oh, almost. You did not.
I didn't.
Oh, so we were so close. Okay. Did anyone achieve their long term goal?
No, I don't have a
I don't even have one.
Well, that's the long term ones.
No, there's a short term goal, a long term goal, and a group goal.
Can we set a
Goal is
long-term-
strike back
I
at
don't
the
think I
STA.
achieved.
Can we set a long-term goal now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Save Taiwan, bro.
Save Taiwan.
Mine was the
Clear
leftover
story.
one from last time, which was creating a unique item, which I didn't have a chance to work on that one this time around.
Yeah, we sort of did that in between games, and
You did.
you used your unique item.
You and I both did.
That's not really a long-term
Do you have
goal,
a
though.
plan?
He wants to make something baller.
Yeah, this will. Yeah,
He wants to make something good.
Do you have a plan?
Yeah, this is for that device to make the sound appear like it's in different locations.
That's kind of chintzy.
Chintzy.
That's kind of chintzy. Like, you could do that pretty quick. That's not really a long-term. That's more like a short-term goal.
Yeah, but didn't the book make it seem like it had to take like 2+ sessions
So-
for it to
Yeah.
complete? So
I think the
Yeah.
long-term goal is to become the battle.
Yeah, and it's sort of in between. I think a long-term goal would be to make something like awesome.
I'm gonna become our war leader.
Anyway,
I'm gonna make
I'll
enough
think
mon-
about it. I'll
I
think
want to
about
make
something
enough
for that.
money to have more than one fight club.
Globalize your
This-
fight
you
club.
got any?
Globalized fight club. I'm gonna start one in Taiwan.
get your
No, I'm gonna have to think about it.
You're setting up franchises.
I am. I'm going to. Hey, I speak the language.
Hey, it could
Every
be
5 years, he'd disappear and go start a new family.
This is the
What
Cobra,
about boxing and shooting club?
this is the Cobra Kai chapter.
Cobra Kai.
Nobody's got anything. Okay.
You have
Did the
range.
players spend
Yeah.
half of the momentum pool in a single scene?
No,
No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think.
I mean, we went down to 4. We did spend some.
oh, we
Yeah.
did.
I mean, one scene was.
That
the
is half.
entire
We
chase.
were up to 8.
But what
But
would we
not in
spend
one
the
scene.
first? What would we
I
spend the
spent
first
2.
on?
That was me. I spent it on.
He spent 2 and I
to
spent
flood.
1.
No, not to flood. What was it? There's something I
You
had
did
to-
Make the
achieve
whirlpool, to make
a
the
story milestone.
No, this was at the way beginning.
I know they're coming pretty fast, but there's significant things happening as soon as you found out the agenda of the STA. That's a story milestone. That's an important piece of information.
Yeah.
That's a little worth one thing.
It's worth 1 XP.
To manifest the
So how many do we earn
And our
total?
group
So-
goal is 1 XP.
Toward
You,
the
you didn't
STA?
achieve the group goal.
No.
Not yet.
No, they're not stopped.
Yeah.
We didn't say stop, we said strike back.
Yeah.
That's true. We did say strike back at the escape, but we haven't really
You,
struck.
you haven't really struck back either.
No, we just reacted.
Yeah,
So I'll
they,
give-
they blew
I
your
agree.
stuff up and you caught them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's reactive, not
Yeah,
proactive.
you didn't go
Yeah.
and really stop that.
Yeah.
I got to turn the city into a water park.
Yes.
I like it. So what do we earn? Like 2, if we got the thing.
Well, there was
Nobody else keep track of that. Shoot.
I heard 3.
Yeah,
So sorry.
there. You,
only
it,
two.
it's
I
not
heard
the
3
same for
things.
everybody, so you have to
Oh,
pay
right.
attention for what you're gonna get.
So I got the one from the short term.
So their short-term aspiration is you get 1 from that. If all the players achieve their short-term aspiration, you get XP, but that didn't happen. If a player achieves their long-term aspiration, but that didn't happen for anybody. If the players spend half of the available momentum in a single scene, but that didn't happen. If the characters reach a story milestone, which did happen. If the characters complete his group story, which did not happen.
All right, so 2. All right.
For most.
Now I have 5.
I think I have 10.
I have 500.
Might be 5.
I'll have lots once I get my global fight club going.
We should all have the same amount of dots, essentially, right? As long as did anybody put their other in the skill point? The other
That's
fight?
not at all true.
That isn't true because
No.
there's different XP.
You can
costs
spend.
for
You get XP
Yeah.
to spend. So.
I meant for skills. Did anybody put their 5 XP for into a skill?
Get XP for.
Yeah,
Like
there's
we might
different
have.
XP costs.
Yeah.
I'm asking that extra 5 you got.
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I spent it because I. Oh no, I reallocated. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Any other questions or anything?
No.
Nope, but I go and find the seediest place. Once I have a break. I need to talk to some people.
At 1:05 a.m., I think it's time to stop the recording.
Yeah. Here we'll give it a
Oh, true.
For our own amusement.
for our own amusement. Let's do.
The movie ends with us sitting at a bar, our feet submerged in water, just having a
Trying to
drink.
eat something. Yeah.
Eating shawarma.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to eat
No.
shawarma.
Actually, let's. Yeah, if we're gonna do that, right? The pan is of your feet. So what do your feet look like in the water?
I have these comical yellow
Oh
galoshes
no, here we go. This is more dire. Here we go.
with little flowers on them.
Nice.
What do your feet look like in the water?
I'm wearing flip flops.
Nice.
That's not sanitary.
I'm still wearing the wetsuit.
You're still wearing the wetsuit. Great. What do your feet look like in the water?
I haven't changed.
She still has the
combat
fins
boots.
on too.
Yeah,
Combat boots on.
Yeah.
You gotta have Vibram 5 fingers, dude.
What?
Vibram 5 fingers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure, fuck it. Why not? But like, I'm like, they're moving. I'm swinging my feet.
Vibrant 5 fingers.
Yeah, it's gloves for your feet, dude.
It's the it's the, it's
Oh,
the toe
oh,
shoes.
God.
Yeah.
I'll wear them next time.
That sounds like an Enzo thing.
Yeah.
All right, we out. Till next week.